Crossover.
Oh, killer crossover.
Just a crossover.
It just crossed him over nastily.
Another victim to the crossovers. Cross him up and sit him down.
And the crossover is powered by. The crossover is powered by our friends at Everlevel Concrete Repair in Omaha at everlevelconcrete.com. We are joined.
Yes.
By Mike Schaefer. We are joined by Josh Hodson, and we are joined by Connor Harvey. How did your Family Feud extravaganza go yesterday?
Good. Only half of the Creighton athletic department is mad at me for collusion.
Whoa! How did you collude?
I didn't. It wasn't my fault. I didn't do
I
anything.
think it is your fault. What happened?
Nothing. Just,
Was there some point shaving?
No.
Was Terry Rozier on one of the teams?
Well, we got to the end of the Family Feud, but yeah. So last night, myself and Lance Robbie, we combined as one Steve Harvey, and we hosted Family Feud for Creighton's Welcome Back Student Athletes event. So all the entire athletic department was there, and all the teams were a Family Feud team, and so at the end, it got down to women's basketball and women's soccer.
Oh, Lord.
And
what a heated
Did
rivalry.
you put these questions together?
No.
Did you know the questions
Did
before
someone
you read
else
them?
put
Yes.
them together?
Yes, but I didn't know what was on the board. I didn't know what the answers were.
Ooh, okay.
I found out as everybody else found out. I assume that's how Steve Harvey does it too.
No, he knows all the
You think he knows the
answers.
answers?
He knows.
Scott
I don't
reads
think he
from
does.
a car.
I don't think he does.
I think there are moments where he does and moments where because there are
I
moments
mean,
where
but there are some that are really obvious. Like obviously that'll be
Oh,
obvious.
yeah, but it's better that I don't think
he's
you
gotta
want
know,
to
right?
know because then his
Correct.
reactions to it is
Yes.
Well,
real.
I guess I'm
and his
wrong.
reactions
I
are
think-
kind of what makes
I did a couple like deadpans to the camera. Like really, you said that? I was
So-
proud of that.
So I think I'm wrong. I'm actually probably wrong here because immediately what I thought of, there are moments where Steve Harvey goes, wait, we got to see if that fits into the answer. But I don't think that's him already knowing it. That's probably just the truck telling him,
Definitely.
hey, you have to wait. it
So
probably
yeah,
doesn't-
I had the earpiece, and
oh, wow.
they were telling me as we got down to the end, the women's soccer team was down by like 10, and there was 2 answers on the board. So if they got both of them, then they won the whole
We're
thing.
in the final feud
in the
this
final
thing?
deal.
God.
Oh wow!
In
Was
the
there a
final-
fast money round?
No.
okay.
Oh,
that's
you didn't do that.
Too complicated.
Sure.
It was just
That's fine.
They didn't have 100 people to
It was
ask.
1v1 basically
Jeez.
at the end. However many points you got was how many points you got. And so if the women's soccer team had got both of those answers correct, they would have won the entire game. So there was 2 left. And I think the question was like, so they surveyed the athletic department staff, and the
I was
question
going
was,
to say, who was the participants of the makeup of this?
they surveyed the over 100 athletic department
And then-
staff members.
So, what type of questions?
There
Are
you
they
go.
So the
specific
question-
to Creighton, or are they generic?
Some of
questions?
them are generic, some of them are specific to Creighton.
Okay.
This one in particular was name a description that someone might use to describe Creighton University, Creighton's campus, or something like that. And they had knocked off a few of
I
them.
was not pulled.
And one of the women's soccer players
What would you
said,
say about it? I can't. even
Not
come
for
up-
public
"You would
broadcast.
say
I-
poopy and
I-
bad."
I would be like, I
Yeah.
would say churches.
That was not on the
Chicken?
board.
Church. No. The cathedrals that they have there.
So the answer from one of the women's soccer players was
Beautiful.
friendly or something like that. And then they were like, in my ear, they were like, that is kind of close. What about, I think homie was on the board or something,
Jesus.
or something like that. The beautiful was like the number 1 answer. And so I kind of like fed her the answer a little bit. And the
No,
women's
you can't do
the,
that.
The women's basketball team was like, what the hell
can't
is
do
going
that.
on?
You can't do that. You can't do that. You're
I
in the
hope you're
wrong.
banned
Katie
from
Townsend
women's
was like,
basketball.
I'm gonna kill you.
You're
She
in the
was so
wrong.
bad. So, but they didn't get the last one, so women's basketball
Okay.
won. So it was fine. It was fine. It was
You
fine.
can't.
The men's
have to-
basketball team was mad for a different reason. That wasn't my fault.
You can't feed her. You have to just go with you have to make
I thought
the decision.
homie and friendly were pretty
no,
similar.
but the people in the truck put you in the wrong situation.
No.
They should have laid the hammer down and said
Hey,
yes or no.
But guess what? When you're the face of it, it's on you. You know. It's on you.
Like Matt Rhule, the buck stops with him. The buck stops with Happer.
The buck stops with Steve Harvey Happer.
Buck does not stop with me.
No, I don't think it does.
Did it give you a renewed appreciation for Steve Harvey?
Absolutely. It's on my topic list today. I now have a new appreciation for Steve Harvey.
Well, you were crapping on Steve Harvey yesterday.
No, I wasn't. Why would I do that? I love Steve Harvey.
I believe the Steve Harvey show came to Netflix, which I'm weirdly excited about to watch potentially during lunch.
Steve Harvey is a great entertainer.
Like the sitcom
I really like
where he
Steve
was
Harvey.
a teacher.
The one where he's a teacher.
Yeah, that's a good show.
It is. No, I agree. It was.
He had hair.
I feel like it didn't get
show?
the love that other shows in that era did.
Yeah,
but it was pretty good.
Black Cat says, wouldn't be a Creighton athletic event if there wasn't a Connor Happer controversy. They do seem to follow. They do seem to follow me around.
Controversy follows Connor Happer everywhere.
If I had a Wikipedia page, it would be all of the
controversies,
all of the various controversies.
I feel like Family Feud would be the game show I would be most excited to be on if I could be on like one of the sort of traditional game shows.
It's a great show.
I would pick it over Wheel of Fortune or Price is Right.
100%. We watched a lot for prep.
Jeopardy be tough. I think I'd want to do Jeopardy.
I watched an episode. We were sitting there in the control room before, and we watched a celebrity episode where it was MLB All-Stars versus the NBA on TNT crew. And that was funny.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, Steve Harvey is really pretty good at this.
Oh no,
you know,
great.
the deadpans and stuff like that.
The pie in the what?
So apparently what they did last year, I wasn't at the Welcome Back event last year, but they played Mario Kart. And at the very end, like Jason Green
dropped banana peels on everyone.
Jason Green was like running away with it, and then Kalen Schultz from the softball team like came back at the end, and it like brought the house down.
Oh, really?
Yes, and it was like very memorable. This one kind of ended in a little bit of a thud, but we're gonna see what we come up with.
I don't play
again
Mario
next
Kart. I play Beerio Kart.
Same. It's the same thing.
God,
just with beer.
No, it's not the same thing. Can't drink and drive. You gotta stop your cart. You gotta make sure you chug.
At the line. Yeah.
I mean, Beerio Kart's a science. It's an art. I would love to play the floor. Ever see the floor?
The floor.
Oh, that I've heard about this game. I haven't ever watched it.
It was the lead.
I have some friends who really liked it.
It
was a Fox show.
It was a lead-in from the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah.
Where essentially everybody has their topic, their expert.
And then you go to war against someone else's topic.
Yes, and then you pick. But you could only pick the other person's topic if you're bordering their floor tile space, essentially.
It's like Nerd Risk.
Okay. Yes, basically. But it's not Nerd Risk because some of these topics are so like one woman had bathroom items.
Whoa.
Just her specialty was items you would find in a bathroom.
Sure.
Another dude had space, and he lost to the bathroom item lady.
The floor.
Yes.
Who's the host of the floor?
Rob Lowe.
A Ryan Seacrest type.
I think it is. I think it's Rob Lowe's the guy. He looks like Ray Liotta, right?
Rob Lowe looks.
Rob Lowe hosts.
I get Rob Lowe and Ray Liotta confused all the time.
Ray Liotta's dead, for the record.
Well, I do know that.
Rob Lowe is alive, but
I have never thought of Rob Lowe and Ray Liotta as looking the same.
I put Rob Lowe and Ray Liotta.
You could have been like, yeah, he's
category.
like a younger version of Ted McGinley, who you may not know who that
I don't
is.
know
But
is that the guy who was the dad in Modern Family?
no, that's the guy who's he was in Married with Children as like the neighbor. He's the quarterback in Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah,
he's the
You can, hey,
the
hey,
cool
Mike,
dad
Mike, you
in
can,
Shrinking.
Mike, you can keep naming things, man. It ain't gonna
I figured you
happen.
might have seen Shrinking.
No, I didn't. It ain't gonna help anything.
Matt only watches parts of movies. He's on like a 14-year quest to finish
Inglourious
Bastards. So
yeah, it's been a long time coming.
Okay.
That and that one Stanley Tucci airport movie with
The Terminal.
yeah, with Tom Hanks.
Thank you.
I've
Connor Happer classic.
Yeah.
where he
Put it on my Wikipedia page.
that needs to be a segment. The Connor Happer
the Connor
Classic.
Happer.
There's only
The Connor
like
Happer
eight.
Classic of the week, and you just pick a random movie.
No, the Connor Happer Classic should be.
Philo Goes West.
Oh my God, the Connor Happer Classic. The Connor Happer Classic should be a game show hosted every year that is in Jeopardy style. And all it is just Connor Happer topics. And we all play and we try and guess the Connor Happer show bits and jokes and movies and whatnot.
A lot of bits. A lot of bits.
You're right. I'll host it.
Tommy boy.
This is the first ever Connor Happer Classic brought to you by Prairie Flower Casino.
Dumb Dumber will be a 100-point
Play
answer.
longer, win more.
I think you and Josh will particularly enjoy this. I was texting with Josh Peterson yesterday and was describing the story that I read, and he responded with, OMG, we'll click on that link. And so let me.
Josh is a clicker of links
Yeah.
for the record.
So the story that I basically fell into was that Madonna was in this feud with the town in which they shot the movie A League of Their Own. This was like a full story written on ESPN the other day.
Whoa.
And I was like, well, I got to click on this. And I did. And the story started off really interesting. And then it kind of just sort of fizzled out.
Nah.
But yeah, put in Madonna and Evansville.
How A League of Their Own started a feud between Madonna and Evansville.
Holy crap. This is Evansville's one shining moment.
Harry Lyles Jr. wrote this.
Besides when Colt Ryan was coming off of curl screens and
put the
ripping
big guns
mid-range
on
twos
this?
against
Yeah.
Creighton.
It's like weirdly
why did-
interesting. And then, like I said, it kind of fizzles out at the end. It doesn't have quite a big finish. to it,
Hashtag
but-
long read.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, that's a Harry Lyles Jr. article.
Look
There's
at
no such
Hanks.
thing. There's no such thing as a short
That's
read
right.
with Harry Lyles Jr.
Look at Hanks. Hanks is doing great. I love this.
Is he doing great?
I love that movie. Well, he was in the League of Their Own.
Oh, sure.
Is he not doing great in real life?
Yeah, I don't
Something
know.
happened to
They're
Tom
all
Hanks?
getting old.
Oh, he's not that old.
Tom Hanks is like the Michael Brunts when the Me Too movement was going on. That was like his. Brunts was just very afraid of one day that Tom Hanks was going to be Me Too'd,
Oh,
and it was going to ruin his entire life.
Seriously, that
No,
would,
I
that would-
agree with it. It was like his. I don't remember how he phrased it, but he had like a phrase for it.
America would have had a real reckoning if Tom Cruise had been there.
And then
Yes.
like we would start chats sometimes where someone would be like, "You hear about Tom Hanks?" And then Brunts would be like, "Oh God."
Dave, have you heard the? I don't
that
think
is a
any-
big fear of mine.
Gary and I did a whole segment on Bill Cosby because
Yikes.
Gary interviewed Bill Cosby at a football game and was at one of the 90s, national championships or bowls
Oh.
that they went to. Bill Cosby was there and he interviewed him on the field. And at one point, Gary goes, "Yeah, I did it with Bill Cosby." And I go, "I don't think that's a sentence that you want to be putting out over the airwaves."
Did he do a Bill Cosby impression with?
I
Bill
know I
Cosby?
did the Bill Cosby impression.
Sure you
later.
did.
How bad was it?
Oh, it's awful. Yeah.
What did it sound like?
It was bad. It was horrible. Just cut it off. Just gone. Just gone.
Just say Jello. No,
I
don't
give
do
you-
the, don't do the eh. Just say Jello.
I give you a steak and
What the
you put
hell?
Horrible.
and
Now
the pepper
gun.
and the
I thought we got
paprika.
this off already.
Now I
This
can
is more
understand.
I give it to you
Brando.
on
Yes.
the garbage can.
No, what the hell?
Bill Cosby.
Give it to
horrible.
you on the garbage can?
Yeah.
That's
an
your
He would have, for
Cosby?
the record.
Sounds like a drunken Irishman.
Guys, I do 4 impressions. All right, Bill Cosby isn't one.
Okay, all right.
Let me tell you what, man.
Yeah, your Gruden's good. What are the other three?
Donald Trump.
Okay.
And then
More Gruden.
I can do King T'Challa from
Yeah,
Black Panther. But
Careful.
you guys won't let me do King T'Challa.
That's right. I won't let him dress up like Ice Spice, and I won't let you do King T'Challa.
Yeah.
Good.
So
Good
those
job,
are like
Josh.
my
Protect
three.
my
I'm sure.
I like that Josh is just in control here.
Yeah.
He is. He is.
It's
he needs
Trump,
to save us
I
from ourselves.
do Gruden, Trump, and T'Challa.
All
Those
right.
are my 3 impressions.
That's
Pretty
a
good.
very wide variance of 3 people.
Yeah, we
I know.
cover a
I
lot of
gotta
ground with
say.
that.
I'm the Dave Bautista of impressions. I have great range.
Great actor.
Cover a lot of ground with those.
So much ground.
Good.
I garner to multiple genres and multiple different people.
Yeah.
I grab everybody, left, right,
So is this
nerd, not nerd.
is this
sports.
Evansville's one shining moment, or is it when they made the super regional against Tennessee 2 years ago at baseball?
I'd probably say
The
super
story
regional.
like says that they won like 5 college baseball titles, and I was like, Evansville won 5, and then it's like
Is this a claiming situation?
it was like
Auburn?
their D2 baseball titles.
Nice.
So I was like, oh, that makes way more sense to me.
So I can't
I would
forget
have to imagine that having
Colt
that movie
Ryan.
filmed there is probably the city's claim.
gotta be.
I stayed in Evansville in my railroad newsletter writing
That's
days. of
right. Yeah.
Driving around the country. And it was not a great experience.
No,
You
it's
would not-
Evansville's awful.
I would support, and I'd never been to Prague, but that's more or less what Madonna referred to Evansville as. And they took great offense.
Is Indiana's just overall as a state, their shining moment is that just really good sports movies are filmed and based out of there?
It's
Bill-
pretty much just Hoosiers.
And Rudy,
Some would say that that's not a good movie.
Hoosiers and Rudy and
Some would say, but both of those aren't very good.
You shut.
I like Hoosiers a lot.
You shut your mouth about Rudy.
Rudy was fine.
Yeah, Rudy, I could give or take, but Hoosiers is high up there for me.
Hoosiers is good. And then a league of their own. They got 3 of them. They got three. They got 3 sport movies.
Now, I don't care for Hoosiers or Rudy all that much, but that is a pretty powerful 3.
I don't think you can find a better state that's had 3
A league of their
more
own holds
sport
up,
movies.
by the way.
No, but was
Rudy was filmed in South Bend.
okay, but was A League of Their Own
Based?
set in Indiana?
The fact that
No.
Wasn't the town Rockford,
They were the Rockford
Illinois?
Peaches.
Rockford
Yeah,
Peaches.
it's just the stand-in because they really liked the stadium that was available,
Yeah,
and then they could do their exterior shots.
but you still have a claim on it. Like Chicago claims Gotham. Because Chicago is Gotham in all of the Batman movies.
Isn't that New York?
No, Gotham is Pittsburgh.
I thought you just said Gotham was Chicago.
No. Gotham in the comics is based in an area that would be considered modern day Pittsburgh. Okay.
they
in
filmed the
comics.
movie in
But
Chicago.
they filmed all of the movies. All of the Batman movies are Chicago.
Okay.
And so people are like, well,
Even when
Chicago's
Hines Ward is
Gotham.
returning the kick, isn't that?
no, I'm not
that's
saying that. I'm
Pittsburgh.
not saying that Pittsburgh doesn't have a claim on
Okay.
Gotham. They could say, yeah, it's based on our city. But who do they?
Well,
where
no,
do they?
what I'm saying was that scene shot in Chicago.
No, that was filmed in Heinz Field.
Okay, yeah,
But-
that's what I thought.
Literally every other part of that
Acrisure
movie.
Stadium.
That's right.
It's Heinz Field. Every other part of that movie is based in Chicago. I'm pretty sure they took old Chicago cop cars.
Even the Gulag?
Whoa.
I don't know. I think the Gulag is probably in a different.
No, I'm sorry. I was reacting to something else. Platcat has dropped a fact in our chat.
Okay.
All exterior shots on the 1988 to 2018 sitcom Roseanne are still photographs taken in and around Evansville.
Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa.
The show that I
Roseanne ran
never
until
liked.
2018.
I
Was that
believe
the
it took-
reboot?
I believe it took some time off in the middle, but yes.
What about the Connors? Is the Connors?
Yeah, is that the spinoff? Is
Yeah,
that
did
in
they
Evansville?
move?
I
Yeah.
never liked Roseanne.
I
That was
didn't either.
never a show I
No.
watched. I would see the opening for about a minute and a half and then just move on to
Turn it.
whatever else it was.
Exactly. I knew when Roseanne came on, it was time for me to go to
Yeah.
bed.
Different channel.
Yeah.
This is not what I want to watch.
97.
97.
It went
88
off
to
the air.
97 and then came back.
Who's in Roseanne?
Roseanne.
John Goodman.
Roseanne.
Roseanne Barr.
Okay.
You know her?
God no.
Oh my lord.
Okay. Well, no, Roseanne was a moment in time. That,
My era did.
Roseanne
My
has
era.
re-
My era
Roseanne
did
has
not.
been a moment in time, like multiple moments in time.
My era did not do TV.
I would.
We kind of missed out on all of these great, like you guys talk about Friends and Seinfeld and Cheers and Happy Days and Gilligan's Island and Golden Girls.
You
and
Gen
all these
Z's
different-
always try to put all of your problems.
I'm not
on-
putting
on
any
the fact that your
problems-
generation
No,
is a
no,
disaster.
no. We ain't gonna play this.
That's what you're doing right now. It's like, I didn't do
Here's the
TV.
game. Here's the game. You guys are going to say, how do you not know?
I
How do
actually.
you not
I was
know?
actually going to say the exact opposite. I don't think you need to know who.
Yeah,
Well, I don't
Roseanne
think he
is.
needs to know who Roseanne is, but she's been in the news as recently as just a few years ago because of Donald Trump.
Oh, so she's one
well.
of, see, but
So
wasn't that Rosie O'Donnell?
no? Well, they're different people.
Very
Okay.
Different sides of the spectrum as well. Roseanne, sports connection here as we stick to sports. Roseanne, very famous for singing the national anthem poorly,
Mm.
And then
one
spitting.
time.
I don't think I've seen this woman in my life.
And then when they said, "Hey, you sang the anthem really bad. Don't you find that a little disrespectful?" She went, "It's a bit."
Yeah.
Oh, that's a Matt McMaster ploy. That's really good.
You never seen Roseanne Barr.
I've never seen this woman in my life before.
Yeah, I don't think you're missing out on anything. I don't want to over.
It sounds like I'm not. It sounds like I've been
No.
cleansed of it.
You're not, but she was pretty pervasive in society for a while.
The only good TV shows that really came out during my generation were The Big Bang Theory, Modern Family,
Okay,
and
when you say TV shows, you just mean sitcoms, right?
Yeah,
Network
yeah.
sitcoms.
Modern Family, and what's that other with the dude who's plays a loser in the show who can't get the girl, New Girl, Jake
Great show.
Johnson.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Great show.
He's a Bears fan.
Yeah, aren't you required to love Jake Johnson because of the
I'm
Chicago
not required to
aspect of
love
it?
anybody. Just because you come from my state or my city does not mean I'm required to love you.
But you do love Jake Johnson
He's cool
because
fine.
he is a Bears fan.
Dennis Farina.
It's
And a Bulls fan.
I once again, to me, it's just like, all right, cool, we're in it together, man. Dope.
And he kind of has
know?
scruffy
Like-
hair and dark features,
like-
such as yourself.
Yeah, well, I've been told that I look like him, and sometimes I act like his character from
okay.
New Girl, which I was like, is that a compliment or is that an insult? Because
So when
it
you
seems
say your
like-
generation, like, what are we encompassing here? Those are the only good
Great
sitcoms.
question.
Like, and that's they didn't all
so
come
I
out
know
at the
that
same
Nick Grimm
time.
gets a lot of flack for the whole Gen Z A, Gen Z B thing, but he
Oh,
actually.
you guys are trying to split your generation in half.
Correct.
Like,
They're trying to pawn off all their problems on
Millennials attempted
Can
to
I
do
just?
this.
I
too.
just. But Nick explains it poorly, and so I will explain it as best as I can. I was telling Mike this. Like, I still had a VCR. We still have VHS tapes. I still had a life where there wasn't iPads and there wasn't iPods and touch screens. Like, I remember, like, when we first got Wi-Fi and how like the guys came in, it was a really big deal. And like, I remember the computers we had were really, really big, and like we had to literally hit my TV because the antenna was off, and like to watch the Cubs games and stuff like that. And like, I went to Blockbusters and Red Boxes, and there was a time before like streaming services.
Actually, I wouldn't have guessed any of this. About
Yeah, I totally remember when streaming services were like becoming a thing, and like we would write down on a piece of paper what movies we wanted. We put it in an envelope and we would send it to Netflix.
What's your point?
I'm just saying there are other kids in my generation who were
Have
born
none of that.
who did none of that. They were born. The iPad was out. The iPhone was out. Their form of entertainment wasn't going to doing any of that,
And what
or,
I'm saying
or putting
is,
in a Blu-ray DVD or anything.
What
They
I'm
just had
saying
it on their
is-
iPad. They grew up way differently than I did.
I don't care. Those are your guys.
They're not my guys.
Those are your guys.
They're
You
not
gotta
my
claim
guys.
them.
I don't claim them. There are two
You're claiming
different
them.
parties.
If I had
can't
to
claim 'em.
claim Tide Pod eating millennials, then you have to claim these. people.
Yes.
But I cannot explain to you how just
avocado
because
toast.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I've never eaten avocado
Look,
toast in my life.
No, but
my
they're mine.
sister was born in 2007. We are in the same generation. We could not be more different in how we grew up and like what we did and the things that we had to experience.
I'm sorry.
And I don't want to claim all of those people who were born after 2007 who
You
may
have
be
to. It's a
socially
lot.
awkward.
Mhm.
You
There's
have
a
to.
lot of social awkwardness
I-
in this generation.
I love our audience because they're always thinking of the macro while sometimes we're ingrained in a conversation. Many people in our chat pointing out that one of the cast members of The Big Bang Theory had a very prominent role on the sitcom Roseanne.
Love that. It all comes full circle.
Does.
Who's
There
that?
was a
Who's in The Big
moment
Bang Theory?
earlier. Matt had a similar, not as long of a rant, but he had a similar thing that he was talking about the VHSs and all of that. And I said I used to go to grocery stores to get to rent movies,
Mhm.
and he's like, "Oh, from a Redbox."
Nope.
I was like, "No, we're about 20 years from Redbox at that point."
There's still a red box outside of my grocery store.
Really?
Yeah. Well, not
Is
not
it active?
Sorry.
Yeah, I think Redbox has
Sorry.
sort of transitioned into storage containers
in
now.
in Chicago,
Oh, okay.
where I
Oh,
go
can
to
you take
shop
your
in
old
Chicago.
DVDs and
Still
just
a
put them
red
in
box.
there,
Yeah, that's
and then
it.
you get a code and you can get them back when
It's
you want
just
them?
trash.
That'd be great.
By the way, Placat goes, I remember the PS4. I had a PS2.
Whoa.
I had a GameCube.
Can you believe it,
I played Guitar Hero, man.
man?
Let me tell you what, man. You ever play Freebird on Guitar Hero, man?
I'm just saying.
Talk about a lot of things flying at you at once, man. It's like facing Lawrence Taylor in the pocket,
A
man.
little bit
crazy.
more ownership from your generation would be nice to hear.
Mhm.
That's all.
I'm not going to deny that a lot of things that my generation likes and my generation does sucks.
It's fun to be in a role watching Happer where like I was sort of the old guy at the ticket in a lot. Well, Mark as well.
Yeah.
But now there's like a new young person that's like about the same distance in age as what I was to you. So
Probably.
it's fun to watch this dynamic play out from the other side.
Yeah. Now I'm old.
But
Well, no,
but,
you just
but,
hit
okay,
crotchety.
I got a
sort of
question for you.
It's
mid-thirties.
great.
So
I love
Nick
it.
Grimm and I,
I feel like I'm aging into my personality.
Nick Grimm and I, both Gen Z, right? Both Gen Z people.
That's right.
We are. I don't feel like I identify with the personality of Gen Z at all.
That's everybody from every generation.
Yeah,
ever.
nobody.
No,
except your
you are a
generation.
millennial. And so is he.
That's
what?
right.
I don't need avocado toast.
You no, not in that way. You guys both, you're witty, you're funny. You think you're a little bit cooler than what you actually are,
That's
but
right.
at least you're cool.
Is that a millennial description?
That is my
Yeah, I
millennial
know.
description.
I think that's just men in their 30s.
I think
Right? Like, I mean, what you just described is like most new age dads who are just sort of moving into their middle life.
I can acknowledge that millennials have done some groundbreaking things, but I think that
I wouldn't.
millennials think they have broke more ground than what they actually
Whoa,
have.
no, we haven't claimed to do anything.
I think you guys think you've saved the world
We're
with
too
your
cool to do stuff.
veganism and with your, non-fat, cold foam, vanilla, fat-free lattes and whatnot.
That's a
You think
millennial thing?
You think you've solved the ocean because we now use paper straws as opposed to plastic
I hate
straws.
paper straws.
I mean, you guys are all about being environmentally friendly and saving the world. And you know what? You've done some good things, but you're not,
So Gen Z is all about
We
the
suck.
opposite of that.
He's right.
Gen Z's looking to end the world.
Yeah, we're gonna undo all the good
we've
things.
taken.
They know who they are and they want nothing coming behind them.
Here's what happened. You
This is it. Nothing happens after us.
You have passed the baton, and some people in the Gen Z generation have grabbed that baton and they've ran with it. And millennials are like, guys, you're running too far. Like you're going
What are you trying to prove?
gotta reel it back in for a second. And then now there's a part of Gen Z that's like, we're like, meh, retired. We're not gonna do that. Let me kind of just lay back, dormant,
the chill generation.
Low energy.
Yeah, you guys are chill.
No ambition.
Billie Eilish. What does she do? Nothing.
Whisper into the microphone. And call it
Exactly.
singing.
Exactly.
Enunciate words with people think I'm so cool.
The perfect audio, the perfect artist
She's
for your
terrible.
generation.
I don't like her.
She
I don't.
doesn't say anything.
I like her brother, who's the producer. I think her brother's the real star of the show. He's the one.
Whole question is Phineas the real star of the show?
Yeah,
Who is
absolutely.
Phineas?
He's
How
the
do you
one.
know-
He's the one who makes all the sick beats for her. And like does all of the music. Oh my God, Billie Eilish makes great music. No, Billie Eilish whispers into a microphone while her brother's slaving away at a computer,
Never heard of Billie
making the
Eilish.
dopest beats you've heard. I mean, he literally went to Australia, recorded a walk sign and a song, and then put that and it became a platinum album. And she goes, "I'm the bad guy." Get out of here.
Wow. I did not know about
I
that.
believe she's won multiple Oscars.
I didn't even know she had a brother.
Exactly.
In large part
Exactly.
because I've never thought about her ever, really.
Yeah.
I'm
I
a
just
tape-
know
I'm a
That's
tape-
more just me, though.
I'm a Tate McRae guy. I can't wait to see her perform in October.
Yeah, you're really excited to see what kind of performance she gives.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. It's gonna be
Oh, what
great.
hockey jersey she's going to come out in.
I know. I'm just telling you. I don't know any of her songs, but I can't wait to see her perform.
That tracks.
You sicko.
What?
Bonk.
Horn dog.
I'm a fan, man. I'm a fan. It'd be a great way for me to meet women. Going to the Tate McRae concert. There's just going to be a bunch.
That's
of
where
don't-
women are?
I don't think that's true.
I don't think it'll. No, there'll be
I think that's
women.
where dudes are.
Yeah.
Tate McRae.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen Tate McRae?
This is why you want
that's
to go
the
to
point.
Tate.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
don't think every other person thinks exactly like you?
It'd be really fun. I honestly think that it's going to be a lot of girls there. 18 plus. Hi, I'm Matt. Nice to meet you.
But let me tell you.
Yeah, I love this music.
Let me tell you. A lot of people think the same way that you do in this specific case. So I'd
No, there
imagine-
probably is probably be a high chance if I like walked in and I sat down on my seat and if there was like 8 dudes surrounding me, I'd probably
100%.
just get up and walk home. Be like
See, I could see it going either way.
me walking home regardless of who's sitting next to me.
Shaver's like, who is this?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, you got no
100%
clue.
where I'm at. I
Do yourself-
assume it's some sort of
do yourself a favor, Mike. You can look it up. You look her up.
like some 22-year-old blonde.
That's right.
basically.
Ah, brunette.
Okay.
She just broke up. Good boy.
Oh, hello. You got a shot now.
There's an opening.
He wasn't really that good looking, and he was my height, so I think I have a shot. Listen,
Incredible.
The things
And
we
you
tell
said their
Irrational
generation
confidence.
doesn't have ambition.
Yeah, you do. You do.
I don't know.
Dream
I mean,
big.
he was like a rapper or music guy. Maybe she needs a dude who's going to drink 12 beers on a Sunday
and eat a bunch of pizza and watch the Bears. You know, she doesn't need somebody she's gonna bounce some music ideas off of. You know,
What if you met her and she just immediately was talking smack about the Bears?
She was like,
I'd be like, I totally agree.
She's like Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams. That is a terrible marriage.
She could go like, I grew up a Packer fan, and be like, me too. I mean, that's great. I loved watching Donald Driver.
You're gonna
growing
sell
up.
the Bears out
For Tate McRae?
Wow.
Yeah. If
So
you
what you're
told
saying
me,
is you have no honor. You have nothing you'll stand on.
if you told me,
no morals.
if you told me,
Classic Gen Z.
Matt, you can marry Tate McRae, but you become a Packers fan, I'd be. I want to run away. I want to bang on the drum. I'd be the biggest Packers fan. What have the Bears done for me?
Is drums and entendre there?
I think he was talking about the Todd Rundgren song.
Yes, the songs that they play when they score a touchdown.
Packers play.
Yeah. Of course, if Tate McRae said, I will marry you if you become a Packers fan. Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Go Pack, go.
Jeez, that's disgusting.
Yep. Gen Z, no morals.
Schaefer, look it up.
Classic.
Look.
I will finally look at Tate McRae on air. We can have the full reaction.
Okay, good. This is what we're here for.
Guessing she's gonna look like an attractive woman.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, that's right.
You've seen Tate McRae before, whether you've seen her or not.
I don't know. Schaefer probably hasn't.
Oh, I don't think
Yeah.
you've seen her, but I mean, she looks like every influencer you've seen. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, she's an attractive woman, but
you just go to a college campus and see
yeah.
quite a few of these.
She's not that special. That's what Schaefer said.
You take that back.
That's what I didn't say
You both take that back.
I'm gonna need a headshot of Mike Schaefer.
it. For the hot take board.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this has been productive yet again. Good job, everyone. Did
I'm
you ask-
happy to help.
Did you ask him
I'm
about
gonna
the
be
deck
back
of
here
cards?
tomorrow.
Did you play the deck of cards game?
No, we didn't. We're doing that tomorrow.
You didn't need to.
I don't know if we're doing it tomorrow. It would require me to have to like put it together. And
No,
the
no,
last
no.
one, I looked at the most recent one that I'd done is a couple years old. I think there was like Scott Frost related questions. in there.
Awesome.
What's the deck of cards game?
Oh, you're not familiar with it at all?
No, zero. I was just told
Basically,
to ask
I
you
write
about
out like 52 question prompts, and then you pull a card, and then the card is the question prompt.
Oh, that's
And it
fun.
can be anything from, what's your most recent fast food meal and was it good?
Ooh.
To do you believe that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone?
No, we didn't. Absolutely not.
See, this is what I mean. Like it's pretty much just.
Is there a JFK
Right,
one in
so-
there too? That didn't happen.
I mean, Lee Harvey
That's the
Oswald
same
was
thing.
Same
Oh, sorry.
shooting.
Yeah, my bad.
Deck of cards
Yeah.
coming up
Oh,
tomorrow.
I forgot.
All right, that's
Wait,
the crossover.
Who killed Lincoln?
Powered by
You think that Lee
Stop
Harvey Oswald
talking!
is John Wilkes Booth?
There you
Everlevel
go.
Concrete
John Rose
Repair in Omaha.
I forgot who killed Lincoln.
At everlevelconcrete.com. It's
You get 'em
Wednesday.
confused.
We'll start things off next.
That's the crossover. The Connor Happer Show is next on 1620 The Zone.
You may encounter some patchy but dense fog as you go through your morning drive here on your Tuesday morning. Probably not widespread, but wherever you encounter it, it's probably going to be fairly dense. But as we get into the afternoon, that clears out. We get mostly sunny skies. Temperatures warming up closer to the 90-degree mark and a very low chance of a pop-up daytime shower. I'm meteorologist Luke Vickery, KETV Newswatch 7.
It's the Connor Happer Show. Are we sure we want to do this?
Could you, make an announcement that we're ready?
It's the Connor Happer Show on 1620, The Zone.
All right, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. It's the Connor Happer Show here at 1620 The Zone and on 1620thezone.com. Connor Happer, Josh Odson with you. Once again, learned a lot in the crossover today. Always an enlightening 30 minutes.
It really is. We just learn more and more about Matt.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Once again, just think Gen Z's got to, take a little bit of ownership. That's all. No Gen Z person thinks that they've had the same life experiences as anybody else.
That's right. And I mean, yeah, there's a lot of things about our generation that I don't like, but you know what? Yeah.
Chances
no
are
generation is perfect.
You live generally the same life as a lot of other people out there. What I'm saying is, for the listeners out there, none of you are unique. None of you are unique. Your parents will tell you as you're growing up, you're unique and you're special. No, you're not. No, you're not.
You're starting to sound like the movie Fight Club.
You're the same as everybody else. Welcome to the Wednesday show, folks. Mitch Sherman will join us at 11:30, and Robin Washut will join us at 1 today. 1 o'clock. That's the lineup powered by the Rooferees at John Higgins Weather Guard. We also have I Have an Opinion today. We have multiple options of things to give away here. How about Cops half off deal, but full off for opinion havers?
Whoa.
Does that sound good?
You need to cop some cops.
Yeah, get some of that Cops. So send in your opinions. I already have a couple in from this morning. We will address those on the show coming up at noon. Elsewhere today on the show, I'm gonna, after we take a break here, I'm going to take a victory lap on something. So we'll do that.
Whoa.
Here in just a few minutes. I think the predominant win total for Nebraska football has emerged.
Yeah.
So we'll see where people have settled into. Nebraska is apparently a dark horse in the SEC this year. I don't know if you've heard this. Conference realignment is struck again, and Nebraska has a chance to win the SEC.
You would have thought we would have covered Nebraska's admission to the SEC, but here we are.
Totally snuck under the radar. They're in there now, and they got a chance to win it. Awesome.
That's all you can ask for, right?
Awesome. Also, we'll cover some new technology that has arrived to Lawrence, Kansas for the first time ever.
Yeah, you put this in the prep sheet. I did a lot of research.
Have you found it to be true?
I think it might be.
Okay. All right.
And I don't really know how.
We'll check in on Lawrence coming up today on the show. We want to hear from you all. 402-951-1620 on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone hotline. Call or text that number. Tweet at Happer Show at Connor Happer on the JTech Construction Zone Twitter feed. Email Connor or Josh Show at 1620thezone.com on the Equitable Bank Zone inbox. And we say good morning to the YouTube streamers today. How we doing in there? Get some different emojis going in the chat. Let's mix it up a little bit today. And don't forget to send in your opinions for I Have an Opinion coming up at noon. Also tomorrow, Grunt the Slate. It's almost like a soft open.
Yeah.
Because it's week 0. There's not a whole lot going on, but there is enough to grunt, Josh.
It's not a big slate, but we know how to use it.
Exactly. So a soft open for Grunting the Slate returns tomorrow before a full week 1. And then we'll have the full boat the next Thursday.
Gee, what do you think my Texas-Ohio State grunt is going to be? You're not ready for this.
I know. It could be good. It could be good. So that's coming up tomorrow on the show. We are very, very pleased that you have decided to join us today. We don't take it for granted. Only 8 more days until we all stop at the Platte City QT together.
We coming.
Can you believe it? We'll be back and fire things up. I'll take my victory lap after this on 1620 The Zone.
The Connor Happer Show. Follow us on Twitter at Happer Show for all the latest news and views. We may even say something interesting once in a while.
Unlikely.
Really, guys?
All right, welcome back. Or the Connor Happer Show here on 1620 The Zone and on 1620thezone.com. Yeah, as you mentioned before, fun night last night, welcoming all the Blue Jays back to campus, a little family feud.
More like New Jays.
They weren't all new. Some of them were back again.
That's true.
Some of them were back for their 100th year.
Eligibility is a construct.
Exactly. There's a lot of people who are athletes at various universities who have been around longer than the staff. that tends to happen sometimes. So it was a nice night last night, and thanks for having me out, even though it was, I'm no Steve Harvey.
Even though it was rigged? Yeah.
It wasn't rigged, Josh.
I'm hearing different.
It wasn't rigged if the team that was supposed to win won.
Supposed to win?
I mean, they deserved to win. They got more points.
Says who?
At the end. The judges and all the people. There's many judges. There was many judges. So here's my victory lap. I've been telling you guys for basically as long as I've been here. We have this thing where we sort of map out the off season, and there's certain weeks where you just know like something's going to happen. It's pretty cyclical. You could, there's list season in the off season, and then you move into, whatever else of the stages of the off season that you move into. But throughout the majority of the late spring and into the summer, you're thinking about football season, and you're counting down to like Big Ten Media Days is usually the quote unquote start, the kickoff to football season. And then there's another month until the games start happening and camp happens that entire time. So I have long told you all that this is the worst time. Do you agree with me yet that this is the worst time? How badly do we need a football game right now? So badly that the entire nation is excited to watch a game that they never watch. Kansas State and Iowa State. It's a great game. It's two ranked teams. The rest of America should be watching it when it takes place in November, but they won't. They'll be watching some Big Ten and SEC game. But when it has its own thing in week 0 and it's the lake in the oasis of the offseason, yeah, we'll tune in. Just like Korean baseball was that one time when we had COVID.
Go Samsung Lions.
Everybody had a team. It was that whole thing. So I maintain and I double down the time that we're in basically right now. Camp is over. They've, all the position battles are basically decided. I mean, if you don't have a quarterback right now, you don't have a quarterback. Don't Scott Frost. I know you like to say that you have 2 quarterbacks or 3 quarterbacks and you feel like you could play all of them. You don't have any good quarterbacks, right? Maybe you're trying to keep secrets from the other team or something like that. If you have a position battle going on right now, the odds are that you don't have very many good options. The whole thing is set up for the season, and now we just wait. In reality, it's closer than it's ever been. We're another day closer to the season, but it seems further away. Because guess what will happen over the next week before Nebraska plays their first game? Nothing. Nope. Nothing. Not a single thing. So this is it. This is as bad as it gets. We're recycling topics. We're trying to nail down win totals as if it matters at all. We're going to be talking about things that we'll probably never be talking about during this season. Yeah, I think the defense is going to be a little bit more explosive this year, and that should make sense as a formula to be able to win a football game for Nebraska coming up. It's all about the games. It's all about the games when the games start. All of the narratives and everything completely changes once the games start. And then, like I've always said, a quick reminder: Nebraska's going to play that first game 8 days from tonight at 8:00 at Arrowhead Stadium. It'll be Punter's first game ever. People forget that. And then there will be basically 3 more weeks in which we won't learn anything, even though there will be games. Sorry to Akron and Houston Christian.
We'll think we're learning things in 8 days.
We'll be counting down to the Michigan game.
Yeah.
Basically after Thursday unless we're in complete panic and freak out mode, and that is what would happen if Nebraska loses, of course. So I would advise not doing that.
And a close win might incite panic as well.
You think so? Have people convinced themselves that Nebraska is going to win by like multiple scores in this game? Is that where we've landed?
Certain people in front of microphones have made certain bets that I would argue the stakes have never been higher.
Butt liquor, our prices have never been lower.
Boys on Sportsmanlike Conduct made a pretty hefty wager. Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
No, tell me.
Oh, they John and Josh bet if Nebraska does not cover 6.5,
they're basically a touchdown favorite right now.
Josh has to sleep on the couch in Kansas City. If John is right, Josh or someone has to go to Popeyes.
Well, my guess would be John would have to wait in line and buy Popeyes for Josh.
Yeah.
A thing that he notoriously hates
doing. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Interesting. So Josh is who's the one who's confident that Nebraska is going to cover?
I believe Josh feels Nebraska will cover.
Okay.
Where'd it go? That show tweets a lot, man. Where'd it go? Or did I lose it?
I don't know. I don't know what to think. It's the first game of the season. I guess I would lean toward Nebraska covering the 6.5, but I don't know. But are we really at the point where we've wrestled ourselves into? Yeah, I feel like if Nebraska doesn't win by 2 scores, then this whole thing is a failure and just throw away the season. Man, the hype has gotten pretty high around here. It's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. Like I said earlier in the show, later in the show, we will be talking about where the win total has settled in,
landed
as far as Nebraska football is concerned. So excited to do that. Josh, why don't we check on while we're on the topic of Nebraska football here and preseason things, why don't we check on the SEC network from yesterday real quick?
SEC network. Okay.
Yeah. Nebraska, famously part of the SEC. Here's Greg McElroy talking about what Nebraska has a chance to do this year in the Southeastern Conference.
Everybody was fired up when Matt Rhule decided to take this Nebraska job. And it has not been easy, frankly. And the expectations at Nebraska remain very, very high. To go 12-13 in the last 2 years is not exactly what you're looking for. But if you look at where they're heading, there's reason to believe that the way things finished, especially on the offensive side of the football, if they could pick up right where they left off, things could be in a really good spot.
Okay, that's an interesting take. It makes it more interesting by the lower third on the bottom of the screen, which is above the giant ticker on ESPN, which is now, when you combine those two, taking up about 45% of the screen. SEC dark horse, Nebraska Cornhuskers. Matt Rhule entering year 3 at NU, won 10+ games at Temple and Baylor in year 3. People forget about that. Now, what do you think about Nebraska as an SEC dark horse this year? Do you like their chances? I like their chances to go undefeated in the SEC this year.
Okay, that's a way to look at it. I hadn't thought of it like that.
They may also go winless, but I like their chances to go undefeated in the SEC this year. I'll say it. I think they are a dark horse in the SEC. They could be right up at when you take the standings at the end of the year, like for SEC teams versus SEC teams, I think Nebraska could be right near the top. I know.
Well,
I'm really high on the Huskers.
They say never, don't deal in absolute.
I'm not in the Cornhusker clink, Josh.
Careful.
What? What?
Do you want to get sued?
Is that a hot topic today? Trademark
laws. We can't discuss it. Anyway, I think there's zero path to Nebraska winning the SEC. There.
Okay.
I said it.
Okay.
Call me a hater.
That's okay. But do you think there's a path to Nebraska, finishing near the top of the SEC this year?
I think they could have a comparable number of losses. Yes.
Okay. Interesting. Jeff writes in.
Hi, Jeff.
Greg is going to get all the jokes, but how do the producers allow that kind of error? Yes, a great point. When something goes wrong on television, blame producers.
Oh, that actually, That actually is an excellent point. Everyone is going to, I imagine, clowning Greg on Twitter. And he's like, I didn't put it up there. I don't.
It wasn't my graphic.
Nothing I said was incorrect about Nebraska.
Yeah, I don't know what they were doing before that. Like, were they going through Big Ten teams? Because this is on the SEC network, right? Or I guess it was on ESPN2. So
Yes.
maybe they owe it to their viewers to not only talk about the SEC on that channel. I don't know what they do on that show, to be completely honest. But yes, it appears that Nebraska has joined the SEC and they have a chance to really make a run at it this year, which is exciting. It's very, very exciting. When this topic sort of came out yesterday, when people started seeing this video out there, I received a text from Mike Schaefer.
Mike Schaefer.
He loves topics. And he said, I'll read you the text. It says, radio topic as a text discussion prompted because of the ESPN screw up. At this point, I had no idea what was even happening. It was 3:15 in the afternoon when I received this.
You were locked into Family Feud.
Let's assume Nebraska is in the SEC, but it's by way of trade. Who is the SEC sending back that the Big Ten might regard as a comparable value?
Whoa. God, he's so good at this.
He loves radio topics. He's Mr. Topics.
We can figure this out real quick.
I thought about it for like 60 seconds.
Okay.
And my first response was Tennessee.
They are pretty similar.
That was my first response. Schaefer said he was thinking about Missouri.
See, I don't know what Missouri brings. Nebraska brings things and clearly very.
So like the value part is really,
yeah.
It's the word that is the sort of buzzword in all this. Because what does that mean? Is it how good they're going to be this year? Is it how good they have been historically? What do they bring to the conference in terms of like a brand and stuff like that? Like as a brand, Nebraska is a better brand than Missouri.
Yeah,
in my opinion. But
Tennessee feels comparable. Yeah.
Can they like do the thing that Missouri did last year, which means like by way of a light schedule, play nobody and just find their way to like 9 wins somehow? You know, isn't that what Missouri did last year? I mean, they were in the playoff conversation for a majority of the year, but they hadn't played anybody, right? So, could Nebraska be that team of the Big Ten this year?
Yeah, historically, I just think Nebraska's done more than Missouri.
Yeah, and then we were playing out a variety of different scenarios, and I said if Nebraska was in the SEC, they'd all of a sudden have a competent baseball team again, but then also go like 8-22 in the league. But then they would be a 3 seed in a regional and actually have a chance to win it. So it's funny how like Nebraska win 40 plus games, champions of the Big Ten in baseball in the conference that they're currently in, end up as a 3 seed in a regional and really have no chance to get out of the regional or have a very minimal chance to get out of the regional. But if they're an SEC team, they go like 500 overall and have a way sub 500 record in the SEC conference, still end up as a 3 seed and actually be better and have a chance to win baseball games and get out of the regional because they've already seen competition that looks similar and they assumingly have a player upgrade and stuff like that. So I don't know. That's what's going on in Mike Schaefer's head, everybody. It's always good stuff. All right. The 11 o'clock hour is coming up. Mitch Schaefer? No, that's not a person. Mitch Sherman will join us at 11:30. Don't forget to get your opinions in. I have an opinion coming up at noon. We'll be back after this on 1620 The Zone.
Let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
Quite the lively conversation going on in the chat right now about Matt Rhule.
Yeah, whenever somebody isn't a fan of Matt Rhule, they feel the need to explain themselves.
Let me see if I can get the gist of what we're talking about here. Some Lane was in here.
You don't have to explain your fandom, guys.
Lane was in here talking about how, like Rhule is only in a good place because he's likable. Basically, that was like the genesis of the conversation. Like a comment says he comes out smelling like roses after a 12-13 start, like Luke Fickell did the same thing. He's likable personality wise. Lane says, I mean, if Rhule acted like Fickell and was 12-13 here, fans would be like, get him out of here. Let's go on the basis of that real quick. Is that accurate? I think people like him, but they also believe in him. I mean, those are two different things. I think we liked Mike Riley, but did they believe in him?
Okay, yeah,
you know what I mean. Like we liked him as a person. He had a good personality. He was all about it. But did we believe in him? That was ultimately the thing that that led people to pull the trigger quickly on him when things went wrong. They didn't believe in him. I think people believe in Matt Rhule, right? People believed in Scott Frost. People liked and believed in Scott Frost. So I think those are two separate things, but the point is well taken. They haven't had a lot of success over the first 2 years. They broke the barrier of getting to the bowl game last year, winning the bowl game. That's a solid step forward for the program. But I think the people that are arguing in the comments right now would both agree that this needs to be a step up. This needs to be a big year. Otherwise, we're talking about a little bit more serious business, probably.
There will be some abandoning of the ship if it does not improve this year, I would imagine.
Or at the very least, like maybe this is the year, and everybody had this at a different moment with Frost, depending on how much you wanted to go along for the ride. But maybe this is the year where you kind of you decide. I don't think you probably have decided yet one way or the other. This is I would call it on track for what they're doing right now, but nothing like dramatically far ahead of schedule, nothing dramatically far behind schedule. I don't think at this point. So yeah, I do think this is a big year in terms of how people feel about him and how if people want to continue on with their blind belief in a coach. I think you owe it as a fan. You probably owe it to the coach when they get here, like to have at least a little bit of blind faith in them. Let's see how this works. I don't think that many people probably had that from Mike Riley. He got the shortest tenure out of basically anybody, and he was fired halfway through his third year, basically, even though it was after the season had already after the season ended by the time he was gone. But everybody knew that that was going to be the case. So he got a really short leash with people. But I think you probably owe it to buy in at least a little bit. Like you're on the football team and you say, all right, I'm here, so I might as well just do it their way and see if it works. And if not, then I could back out. So
definitely been some questionable decisions along the way. He's not a perfect coach by any means.
No. And the conversation continued on. Chance said, I'm not going to argue that Rhule has been a slam dunk so far, but if he wins 9 or 10 this year, he's accomplishing exactly what his record suggests that he was hired to do. And then Lane said, you guys do realize as far as the football program, if you're going off of wins and losses and money spent, we have had like the worst return on investment of any Power 5 program. Yeah, but guys, like, when people bring that up, that's always odd to
not my money. What the hell do I care?
Nebraska has to spend. Would you rather them not spend and then try to get the same amount out of it would be harder for them to get what they've gotten out of the program if they spent less.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
they have to overspend in certain areas to keep up with the teams that have geographical advantages or things like that.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, you could argue certainly that return on investment hasn't been very good around here, but I'd rather keep investing. It's not gonna make me stop investing. Then you're suggesting something completely different. You're suggesting like, well, maybe we just shouldn't try anymore, which is weirdly what some people were suggesting after Frost didn't work. He's like, I think we should probably just fold up the program.
Hold the program.
That's what Trevor's going to do.
To be fair, that's not what Lane is saying.
He came to ruin Nebraska. He came to close Nebraska football's doors.
He was a sleeper agent.
That's why he's here. And then he'll bolt to Texas A&M, and then he'll eventually become the commissioner of the NCAA or whatever, whatever that thing was. No, I don't think that's what Lane is saying. But the investment is always going to be high. And frankly, I think over the last couple of years since Rhule has been here, the investment has been even further and further, even deeper, as evidenced by a giant new football facility and saunas. Have you forgotten about the saunas already?
Big problem.
Saunas and grass fields and gigantic coaching staff, or not coaching staffs, but just football staff in general. It's a huge operation, but I'd much rather be working with more than be working with less and then try to scratch and claw your way to get to the top. Nebraska has the money at their fingertips. They want to be good at football. They have a desire and a demand to be good at football. So like put the money into it and then, you give yourself a chance at the end of the day. And ultimately, if he's not the guy and it doesn't go well this year and it doesn't go well next year, then that next coach gets that full investment and the whole thing as well. So I don't know. It's an interesting conversation. But like they have invested more. That's a good thing in my mind.
Just win a natty.
And this is indeed a big year for them. So Lane's last thing. Connor, well, something is obviously not right with the money and the facilities we have. Have we seen it kind of come to fruition? Like once again, I think one of the things that you owe as a fan to the coaching staff is like you do want to see it through, whatever it is. I just think you owe it to say, let's see what he's got. I mean, we hired him, right? He's our guy. So let's see. And you don't know the answer to that after, after 1 year or after 2 years or something like that. I mean, you start to figure it out slowly as you go. It's not this, it's not this aha moment or anything like that. But yeah, I do think this is a big year to kind of sway people one way or the other. So with that being said, I think we have identified the common win total. I was looking at the Stuart Mandel preview of the Big Ten last night, prediction of the Big Ten last night. Now we've moved past previews and we are now into predictions, Josh, just in case you were following along at home.
Okay.
We've moved past previews and into predictions, which means it's prediction week.
Good.
And we love when I know a lot of people in various listening audiences love listening to when hosts make predictions. It's not going to stop us from doing it, by the way. We're going to keep doing it. But I know you guys glaze over when we make picks for things and things like that. And we spend all offseason think about what the record is going to be. But it's a good barometer to hold the team to. So
I do think there are some people that work here that genuinely do spend the entire offseason honing in that number.
Yeah, how I approach it is it's sort of this moving target based on, and then I try to like not think about it too much. And then when I'm asked, it's like, what do you think? And I'm like, I don't know, probably 8. And that's what it feels like where we've landed as far as the popular prediction ends up. That's what Stuart Mandel had for Nebraska, 8-4 this year. He had Penn State winning the Big Ten with an 11-1 record and an 8-1 record in the I guess Penn State and Ohio State play each other in the Big Ten championship game. He had Iowa going 10-2. Fascinating. He's in on the Mark Gronowski hype train.
Wow.
Michigan, and Michigan, Oregon, and Indiana at 9-3. Nebraska and Washington at 8-4. Noticed how I haven't mentioned Illinois yet, 7-5. 7-5, along with Minnesota. And then there's the rest of the murky middle. How about USC coming in at 6-6?
Oh,
this year? How about Wisconsin coming in at 4-8? I think that would probably lead to a removal.
I would think so.
Of Mr. Fickle. It feels like it kind of has to be good for them this year. If Matt Rhule went 4-8 this year, would he get fired?
Ooh. Assuming there isn't a catastrophic injury, right?
Yeah.
Because you could kind of explain that away, right?
Yeah, but yeah. Yes. Okay. Yes. Sure. Like if this whole new vision, new plan of Nebraska football, it just bottoms out and it does not work. Dana Holgerson is a bust, and Mike Eckler is a bust, and Dylan Raiola is a bust. That would be unlikely for the record. That if you gave me, I don't know, we could come up with this list like
what's the range?
The 3 or 4 or 5 like people this all hangs on, you know? So Holgerson, Eckler, like John Butler, Dylan Raiola,
he'd be on
Emmett Johnson, Dane Key, you know, guys like that. Like if those guys, if they go like 0-for-6 on that, they could go 4-8 this year. That seems unlikely, right? That seems unlikely that they you know, just airball all of those.
If they go 4-8, I think it's probably one of those unspoken things where you got a year.
Yeah.
You got a year.
Yeah, you better get this thing right. Like now. It's time. Yeah. Travis says 75 is fine, but disappointing. 8-4 is good, but leaves you feeling like we left some out there. Yeah, I always say this, like it depends on how it goes. It depends on how it feels at the end of the year. If Nebraska is a 7-4 team going into the Iowa game, they beat Iowa and at home, you know, on Black Friday, and they win 8 games in the regular season, then they go to the bowl game and they win their 9th. Like I think everybody's cool with that. Right. But I do think 8 is going to be the most popular win total that is picked for Nebraska this year. I've seen, you know, a couple of national predictions that are like, yeah, I think, you know, they're a playoff team this year. This is the year. It's a gigantic jump for them that is coming up. But when you think about it, it's not all that huge. They went 7-6 last year. But that would be a pretty nice jump to get to the college football playoff for them, especially when you look at some of the other teams that are like, you know, in this line of predictions in the Big Ten. But as I said, if you get hits on those guys and, you know, the schedule does break right for them this year, you have a chance to end up at the top of the middle of the Big Ten. And that's basically where Mandel had him in his rankings. Like I said, Penn State, Ohio State, Iowa, that's top of the middle territory. Michigan, top of the middle territory. Oregon falling, you know, a couple games short of what they did last year. Indiana, top of the middle territory. Nebraska, Washington, also kind of top of the middle, getting closer to middle of the middle territory with that. But this is it. This is the one that this is the most popular win total that we'll have this year. 8 wins.
Sort of thought I've toyed with the number myself, and I thought that it feels like a nice safe space there because it allows for, you know, dropping that game or two that you like, didn't think they'd lose that one.
If you ask me right now, and I didn't really plan on doing this today, but like, I don't know what, you know,
what are you waiting for?
I don't need to think about it very much longer. Yeah, I think Nebraska's going to go 8-4 this year.
I would say that as well.
There it is. We just did it. Our season predictions.
First, you heard it here first.
Yeah, we did it because we couldn't wait any longer. 8 days before the game, we made our season predictions. We both say 8-4. How many people, when we ask all of our various guests throughout the next 7 days, how many people are going to say exactly that? Don't ask me how I got to 8-4. I'm just saying 8-4.
All but 2 of them.
All but 2.
I think 2 will say 9.
Who will say 7? Who will say 6?
Oh,
Who will say, I just don't know. I just don't think that this is going to really, it just doesn't feel right to me. It just doesn't feel like it's going to pop. I'm saying that they're going to go a tough luck 6-6 this year.
oh man.
Who says that? And who would be immediately kicked out of the state?
I don't know. I feel like Sipple might be a 9-win guy.
I think so too. Yeah. I was probably, just for the record, I was probably at like 7-5 the majority of the offseason, and
Ooh.
I'll just give them one more. Sure. I don't really think about it that much.
Now,
Should I think about this more? Probably.
is 8-4 like guy in his car right now,
Yeah. Hello, guy in your car.
or girl? They're thinking 9 or 10, right? Like
I don't know.
They're scoffing when we say 8-4, right? Because they're I mean they're are they looking
Is
at
8
the
not
schedule?
enough? Is that what you're saying? Is 8 not enough?
I think I don't want to say diehard fans because, like, of course, the diehard fans think they're going to go out there and win every game, right? But like, I think there's a large portion of the fan base that's like, really 8?
Really?
Should be 9 or 10. Baldy McMuscle Man's saying playoffs.
Baldy McMuscle, man.
Yeah.
I do not care what Josh Pate says.
Josh is telling you that.
For the record, I don't really care what
afternoons-
Stuart Mandel says either. Like, I'm just thinking, look at this team and look at all the other teams around them, and they'll find a way to win 8 out of the 12 games.
Yeah.
That feels right to me.
I don't know which 8. Feels like there's maybe one in the middle that.
Oh, yeah, they'll blow one.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll win one they're not supposed to. Maybe this is finally the year they win one they're not supposed to.
Hello.
So Lane says, Connor, aren't we going to be favored in 10 games, basically, unless things go south? But yeah, I mean,
I would think so.
They're probably going to be favored by like 3 to 7 points in like half of their games this year. So yeah, they're favored, but not by much, only by way of either being at home or, having a slightly better quarterback and stuff like that. Like, sure, they're going to be favored, but that doesn't mean it'll always, it's not always going to end up that way.
Those 6.
Nebraska will probably lose a game where they are favored, where you won't be surprised that they lost, right? That happens every year. And it's not just like woe is me Nebraska thing, but they'll be favored in the game and you'll be like, damn, that team was pretty good. They played okay. They played well enough to win. They just didn't win, that will happen because everything's so tight. It's just really, it's
those
really close.
Those 6 games in between the 2 off weeks, all 6 of those are going to be spreads of 6.5 or less.
Yeah. So that's the run of starting with Michigan State and ending with Northwestern or
UCLA.
Ending with UCLA. So USC and UCLA are in there.
Mm-hmm.
I could see Nebraska being there's a variety of different ways it goes against USC. I think there's a variety of different ways it goes against UCLA. There's probably it'll be within a 3 to 5 point spread either way on Minnesota. And then they'll probably be favorites slight, touchdown at most in the rest of them. Right?
Yeah.
So that's what we're talking about. It's not like it's like, they're going to be favored, so they're supposed to win them all. Like, no, underdogs win 3-point spreads all the time.
And then where'd it go? Lane had an interesting comment in the chat.
Another Lane comment.
Oh, yeah.
Lane, you have created this segment for us.
Connor, but I ask, why is the win total only 7.5? Aren't the odds makers begging us to bet the over at 7.5?
Because the win total is 7.5 every year, and they haven't got to 7.5 in a decade.
A little history baked into that cake.
Yeah. Everybody in the middle, every non-Penn State, Oregon, Ohio State, probably Michigan team, and then the bottom, take them out too, like the bottom 4 or whatever, Purdue, Northwestern, Rutgers, Maryland, probably. They're the bottom of the league. Everybody in the middle there, your win total is either 6.5, 7.5, or 8.5. So there you go. I mean, that's not particularly surprising.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not super gung-ho on it. Like, I don't know if it'll pop. I don't know if you would call 8-4 popping. Jeff writes in
simmering, bubbling.
He says
Maybe not popping.
they'll beat Michigan and lose to Minnesota, like always. Text from the 402. I put money on FanDuel that Nebraska would win 10.
Whoa.
All right.
I like it.
Going for it.
Get some sandwiches.
Text from the 402.
402.
I'm a guy in my car. I'm hoping for 8. Shock me and get 9. Sure. But 8 is what the average man is expecting. Thank you, man in car.
Thank you. I didn't know where the average man.
Actually, many men in cars are texting us right now.
Wow.
For the 402. Yes, we do. We think 9 games.
Okay.
We think 9 games. Chris says, I'm in the car. I have 9 wins.
See, this is why I love radio. I can just ask a question like that and people will willingly answer it for me.
Poll question. Are you in the car and think Nebraska will win 9 games this year?
In the car. And. Got to capitalize and.
Yeah. And think Nebraska will win 9 games this year.
That's coming up at Happer Show on Twitter.
Mustache Adam, don't text and drive, average men. We're all average men when we really think about it.
I'm slightly below average.
Colin writes in on the Equitable Bank inbox.
Hi, Colin.
Nebraska is only a 7-point or less favorite against. If Nebraska is only a 7 or less point favorite against Northwestern at home, things aren't going well. Oh, come on. It's Northwestern. Like,
it's always close.
They're going to play. They probably won't win very many games. That they'll keep them all relatively close. Like, it's not like Nebraska all of a sudden got 4 touchdowns better than Northwestern.
Except for that one time.
Like, they're better. I think Nebraska is better, but they're not like all of a sudden head and shoulders better than the entire middle to bottom of the league. I mean, come on. That's okay. And even some of the good teams will have close games against the really good teams will have close games against Northwestern and Purdue and whatever. Like what happened with USC lost to Minnesota and Maryland last year, Like
September.
Not that they're a great example, but it was September, Maryland. That's for sure. Kevin writes in.
Hi, Kevin.
ROI, talking about ROI again. Do you think the younger generation will actually care about football, especially after all the money that has been spent? Can they justify the means? Yeah.
Whoa.
Because it's there, and Nebraska will always try to be good at football. You can't stop trying. The money says you can't. They're getting $100 million a year for the Big Ten Conference to do exactly what they like. What are they going to put it back into?
Volleyball.
No. They have enough money to be really, really good at volleyball already.
Enough money.
They're already the best team, Josh, in volleyball. What will $100 million more do if you invested it in volleyball?
Guaranteed rings.
That's stupid. Put yourself in the conversation. You got a chance.
Bowling.
Put it into bowling. Now get them some.
You got to compete
facilities.
with Conference USA.
Get them some new facilities and stuff like that. All right. Poll question up at Happer Show. Are you in the car and think Nebraska will win 9 games this year? Fascinating. Alex and Lincoln, we want to be even better at volleyball.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We got some more texts from cars.
I love this medium.
402 in car driving across average Iowa, 9 wins.
My condolences on the drive.
Brian, I'm in the car and texting. I shouldn't be, but I am a 7.
We're not snitching. Oh, you're a 7 boy.
Yeah.
7 man, excuse me.
This is from the Section 220 boys. I'm in the car. Give me 11, daddy.
Whoa.
That's what it says. That's not an average man.
I'll tell you what. I don't know how many people are in the Section 220 boys.
It's just one number, I think.
I'm buying beers for the 220 boys if Nebraska wins 11.
Honk, honk, Josh. Honk, honk.
Honk, honk.
KG, I'm in the car. 7-5.
KG,
I'm in the car. 7-5. From the 402, below average man in a house.
It's like a Dan Patrick thing where you have to give your height and weight.
What is more surprising, 7 or 10 wins? 10.
Ooh.
10.
Yeah.
7,
probably.
7 is likely, 7 is like the second most likely win total. I think they'll have this. 10 is more surprising. 10 is way more surprising than 7.
Yeah, I think I would be.
Section 220 boys follow up and they say, hells yes. Also, we just got a text from the 402 that says car 7. Just that. All right. Please vote in the poll question.
7.
It's very, very important. Jack John writes in.
Hi, Jack John.
Happer Show, big proponents of texting whilst driving.
We never said to text while you're driving.
No, we didn't. We just said if you were in your car.
We're here 24/7, so you can get to your destination and then fire off that text. Maybe you're at a red light.
Here's a tweet from Sam.
Hi, Sam.
A picture driving in the construction-filled streets of downtown Omaha.
Ugh, disgusting.
9 wins.
9? Sam's a 9 boy.
9 wins.
Or man, if you prefer.
All right, we're back with Mitch Sherman. We'll see if he's driving or thinks 8 or 9. Next on 1620 The Zone.
Who do you want to talk about first?
Mitch Sherman, The Athletic.
He can play. And we need people that can play.
And we'll never be royal. Let me live that fantasy. Oh.
Mitch Sherman, The Athletic. On The Connor Happer Show. On 1620 The Zone.
You know, there was a few moments, several moments throughout the summer where I thought, you know what, we'll probably retire Royals chat with Mitch Sherman when he joins us each Wednesday. But the last week has brought us all back in. The 5-game winning streak within 2.5 games of a playoff spot. Mitch Sherman, who joins us now on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone hotline. Do you believe?
I believe in watching baseball that matters in late August. That's awesome.
Fine
that's
by me.
Really all you want, right? I mean, that's, as a Royals fan, I said for many years, even when they were far from view of the playoffs, that all I wanted was to be here at the end of the summer. September would be nice, and maybe we'll get there, where the games matter and you're glued to the TV in the evening. That's what I want. That's what we've got. That's what I was doing last night, watching Bobby Witt battle and ultimately hit a 450-foot home run to essentially win the game. That was great.
That was awesome.
Love to see it, and it sets up for some excitement here over the next few days.
Yeah, that was like it's the equivalent. I like what you said, because I agree completely. All you want is for your team to be playing competitive, ball at the end of the season. I always say that with basketball, just college basketball. Get yourself in a position where in February and in mid-February, like, the games mean something, and you're glued to your television. This is the exact equivalent of that.
I think that's how Duke fans look at it. Like, just play competitive games in February, and everything else is gravy, right?
Yeah, everybody's got a different starting point. Probably not Duke, but Nebraska ball, yes. Creighton probably a little bit as well. Make the games mean something late in the season. I think we've arrived at that point with the Royals. So we just asked, we just kind of happened upon this topic. We're trying to sort through how many games Nebraska might win this year. I believe that the most common choice by the most common man in their car, as we said, will be 8 wins this year for Nebraska football. Does that seem like it's going to be the case as you've looked around over the last couple weeks or so? You see where the wind is blowing?
I think that's going to be the most common answer from cautious, realistic Nebraska fans. It's going to be 8 or 9. Like, I think 9 is going to be a more common answer than 7. I'll put it that way. Like, I think Nebraska fans setting the good place to set an over-under right now, the best place you would set an over-under right now, if you're gauging Nebraska fans, is 8.5. And am I correct that the Vegas line is still at 7.5?
7.5, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's creeped up. That's probably what the preseason has done. That's what the hype machine has done. I think it's warranted. I feel like Nebraska has a good team, or they've definitely done a good job of selling this team. The areas where Nebraska is strong, quarterback, offensive line, that's a starting point. And it's not that way across the board. I mean, there's some questions about the defensive line. I say that at the risk of them having a larger chip on their shoulder now. The talk about when it comes to the defensive line. That's fine. Like, they should have a chip on their shoulder because they're unproven. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, the areas that you would want to see be strong in order to feel confident about a team going into the season, they do appear to be strong right now. So make it through another week healthy, and I feel probably like 8.5 as a starting point is more accurate than 7.5.
Well, there is definitely that can happen, especially in the exact week of the first game, like the week that directly leads into the first game. People go up like another notch just out of excitement. It's like, you know what? Fine, I'll say it. 10. 11. So that we have to bake that into the cake too, at least a little bit, I think.
I don't think I'll be going up to 11 before they get to next Thursday, but hey, you never know. Let's see what the next week brings.
So another thing that we happened upon was this idea that the main figures, the main people that people are putting their confidence into this year, such as Dylan Rhule, Dana Holgerson, John Butler, I think Emmett Johnson and Dane Key came up as another couple. They're there's some unknown about some of those guys. Like Rhule needs to take a step up, and this is Dana Holgerson's first year as the Nebraska offensive coordinator, although I have very, very small amount of doubts about that one working out. I don't know if I mentioned John Butler in this conversation. How many of those would have to fall flat or have bad seasons in order for Nebraska to, win less than 6 or take a step back or something like that this year? That was kind of a convoluted question, but that's sort of how I'm coming to the win total conclusion.
First of all, 6 would be a big step back.
Yeah.
I mean, and that was Nebraska's total in the regular season last year. I'm aware of that, but that would be a big step back. Like if you have to go, if you don't go forward, you're going back. So, and we're not even counting the bowl. So 7 at a minimum is how you would view progress in the regular season. And I think it needs to be 8. So in order for Nebraska to fall on the negative side of that, you'd have to have, I think, at least 2 of those main pieces that you mentioned fall flat. Now, if it happens to Rhule, because of
that's a big one.
Because of circumstances in his control or out of his control, then that's probably enough because it's the quarterback and that one stands alone as in terms of importance. I mean, you could put the offensive coordinator right there. I mean, Dana Holgerson's been doing this long enough, and he's not going to knock on wood. He's not going to get injured. Like,
yeah, right.
Somewhat less likely for a coach. He's not going to fall flat. He's not going to be the reason that Nebraska loses. Like, I think we know that. Butler's a wild card. Hasn't done this as much. You talk about some of the main pieces on defense. I think it would take a couple, unless it's Dylan, and that's just obviously something that's really difficult to overcome. Even though Nebraska is trending in a direction where it really likes what's going on behind Dylan at QB, and I talk about like the faster than expected progression of TJ Lateef. That's a storyline here toward the end of camp. Like, I think everyone thought we were going to go into the season and it was going to be Jalen Gramstad. Like it's Dylan, and then, man, if he twists his ankle, hold your breath because Jalen Gramstad's coming in, and this is not the NAIA. So, but I don't know that that's so much the conversation anymore. Now it's like, okay, if Dylan twists his ankle, hold your breath because they might be going to another true freshman, just like last year.
It's funny though that there's all these newish pieces, whether it be a new defensive coordinator, a bunch of new guys on the offense, playmakers on the offensive side of the ball, a new offensive coordinator as well. But that one, once again, comes with a little bit of, you kind of know what's going to happen there. And we haven't been like, well, I just don't know if this, it's hard to imagine this not like coming together. And then I think about previous seasons in which people were excited, which is like basically all of them. And the answer for why it didn't work at the end was like, it just didn't come together. Like it just didn't work. And I suppose that's still out there, but it's hard to tell like what the glaring reasoning would be should it go that way.
I think we've talked about this before, Connor. There's a scenario where you could get to the end of the season and say that there was just too much change for Nebraska, that Nebraska had to rely. I mean, if it's a disappointing season, that you'd look back and say, well, yeah, we could have seen that coming with the amount of change that Nebraska had at the coordinator spots. And it was Dana Holgerson's first full year as the coordinator. He was basically brand new despite the 4 games in 2024. And he had a brand new defensive coordinator switching up systems a little bit there. It's big voice coming in from the outside, and Phil Snow, Mike Eckler. I mean, gosh, can you really expect the guy to work miracles in 1 year? And say it's I think in a lot of situations where a coach introduces new coordinators at every level, you would walk into a season and see that as a little bit of a red flag. Like that's what coaches who are on the hot seat do. And that's not why Matt Rhule did it. Matt Rhule did it for a variety of different reasons. Special teams were awful. The offense needed to change last year after October, and the defensive coordinator left. So it's not. It's a different combination of reasons. But if still the result could be the same, or if you get to the end of the year and it just didn't click, like maybe it's because there was too much change for one off season to handle. For the record, I don't think that's the case. Like, I think Nebraska has had enough time, and some of the additional off season work like makes this way more feasible for Nebraska. You had OTA stuff that just didn't fit in the college football calendar a couple years ago that Nebraska did in the winter and then again in June. We forget like just how significant the month of June was for this team's training, because they weren't doing media sessions and open practices and such when they had all of those OTAs. But there was a lot of work that went into both of those times of the year, plus spring practice, plus preseason camp. So they should be acclimated. They should be familiar with each other. It shouldn't feel like things are entirely new at every level when they take the field next week.
What if they aren't able to figure out the close games thing? That's one that we won't know until it happens, right?
We could overreact. Like let's say Nebraska, and we would never do that here. Let's say Nebraska plays well in the first 3 games of the year, takes care of Cincinnati by 14 points, beats up on its next 2 opponents, and then gets into a close game against Michigan and loses it at the end. The cry is going to be that Nebraska can't figure out the close games. And despite being a better team, the close games are still going to be a disaster. Like, even in the best case scenario, Nebraska's not going to win every close game. So let's be careful if like one of the first 1 or 2 close games doesn't go their way. Now, if you get like 4 close games in and they've lost them all, then I think you can safely say that they haven't figured out that problem. But if they're not going to win every close game.
Yeah.
Like, that's not the goal. That's not what you're going for here. You want to win more than your share. You want to be good in close games. You're not going to be perfect.
Yeah, I think I pulled the stat a couple weeks ago. I think it was Rhule was 7-2 in 1-score games in year 3. Like his year 3s combined, right? So yeah, if they play 5 of them and go, 4-1, or if they play 6 of them and go 4-2, like that's a pretty good formula.
Yeah, other teams have good coaches and good programs too. We got to remember that.
That's true. Yeah, we oftentimes forget about that in the off-season bubble. Okay, Mitch, that's good. Are you settled in on a number yet, or are you still taking it through the weekend to figure out what you're going to say?
Well, even though the over/under can be a half, my win total can't be a half.
That's right.
So no.
Okay.
I'm going to take it through. Hear from Matt Rhule one more time on Friday. That'll be. I mean, we'll hear from him again next Tuesday, but that one, the hay's in the barn at that point.
Yep.
So after we hear from him this Friday, I don't know what he could possibly say that would change my opinion at this point.
Probably no. I was thinking the same thing. It's like, what? Yeah, I'm probably good. Yeah, I think I got it.
But I'm going to take it down to the wire. I want to hear what Matt Rhule has to say on Friday, which is like the Monday of game week. It's really the Sunday of game week, but they're treating it like the Monday of game week. And then I'll have a prediction ready to go.
All right, Mitch. Thanks as always. We'll talk to you next week, which will be one day before the first game. Wow.
I'll be getting ready to eat some barbecue at that point.
All right. See ya.
Thanks.
Mitch Sherman. We'll all be getting ready to eat some barbecue. Gates. No sauce. No sauce. No sauce. By the way, I'm getting sauce. Sorry, Terry.
Whoa.
I mean, that's not a hot
sauce.
take, Josh. The hot take is no sauce, for the record.
Put just sauce on the side.
I go to a famous barbecue restaurant and not get the sauce.
The sauce
could not.
You need to know what they're doing.
By the way, another commenter, Neil.
Hi, Neil.
Out in the Big O, delivering beer, doing God's work, as they say.
Whoa, that is God's work.
I'm going 6-6 or 7-5.
Goo.
I could definitely see 8 or 9, but they can't go there until I see it. So please keep texting in your win total opinions and your locations. Not specifically, but like in your car, in your house,
delivery van,
driving across country, to Tennessee or something like that, whatever it might be.
Mail truck.
Yes. Just when you attach a win total, tell us your surroundings. Back with the odd news after this on 1620 The Zone.
And now we've reached the point in the show where Josh Odson reads the peculiar, the bizarre, the comical, the odd news with Odd Son. Odd news, Odd Son. See what we did there? The odd news with Oddson.
I have an opinion coming up in just a few moments. Josh had to make a decision on a story that he told me about this morning. I am curious to see if it's in here.
I'll tell you it is not.
Damn it. I was really looking forward to how you were going to tap dance and talk about that story.
I want to, but there's just...
I think you could do it.
It's just...
I think you could do it, but you can't say it,
Here's
obviously.
what the kids are doing.
Yeah, here's what the kids are doing.
Like, there's no story around it.
Well, you could say something like, it involves a sunroof and
a man
and a man, and definitely a man. Well, I guess it could be, you could have some help, but like partners, and it's called hamstering.
Google that on your own time.
No, don't Google that.
Not on the work computer. So we'll go to Wrigley Field instead.
So we're not doing that.
We
story.
are not
Okay.
doing hamstring.
Mhm.
Chicago Cubs fans attend games at Wrigley Field and put their responsibilities to the side, except for one idiot yesterday who was on a laptop during the Cubs game with a mouse.
Wow. Is this modern day Ferris Bueller? Like
don't
Ferris
know.
Bueller would have been working remotely had a movie been set in 2025.
Interesting.
Even though he went to school, I guess he would have been going to school remotely.
Yesterday's doubleheader, important one for the Cubs as they attempt to claw back in the NL Central race against the best team in the history of the sport, the Milwaukee Brewers.
That's right.
Cubs fan in question had more pressing matters on his laptop as he had the laptop on and he was using the mouse and he was clicking things, and Boog Shambi asked, how is he working or is he doing fantasy football homework? That was the big question in the Cubs broadcast.
I mean,
booth.
you could do that. He's working. He was definitely working.
I would think so.
He was 100% working. Like, I would just be concerned. Like, I wouldn't. First of all, I didn't even know that you could bring a laptop into a baseball game.
I had no clue.
That seems hard to do. I guess if it's in a clear bag, I don't know. I'd worry about my laptop getting hot or like stuff getting spilled on it.
Yeah. I mean, he was out in the bleachers, like,
and theoretically, like, I don't know what he was actually functionally doing as far as the work is concerned, but if he just had to be like present for a meeting or like a Zoom or something like that, he could have done that on his phone.
Yeah.
So I don't know what this guy's up to, but a real innovator.
I can't believe we haven't doxed this person yet.
Yeah,
we found out he's like
where he works,
the astronomer CEO or something.
Yeah.
Just trying to update my LinkedIn.
Showing up on the. I mean, that stands out. You're obviously maybe it was just a whole bit because he's obviously going to get on television for having a laptop. They'll find you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that guy has a laptop at the baseball game. We have to show him.
They
will find you.
That's true.
So that's possible. Could be a plant.
I had not considered this, but now that you say it, it seems so obvious.
Could be a plant.
Like maybe he was unemployed and just, hey, if I bring my laptop and start dinking around on my computer,
get on TV.
I'll get on TV and they'll be like, wow, he's a really hard worker. I need to hire this man.
Yeah, and he seemed like he was doing pretty well, like looking stressed out too. He was playing the part. So
yeah,
I could buy that.
We go to College Station, Texas for story number 2.
Okay.
Where I don't know that Trev Alberts specifically is responsible for this, but I think he's going to take the credit. Texas A&M announced today that the first on-campus Buc-ee's is open.
Whoa, really?
That's
what
right.
do you mean on campus?
On campus Buc-ee's.
Now, just the convenience store part. Part of the aura and the draw of Buc-ee's is the 100 plus gas pumps and the space.
Texas A&M is now the first and only location in the country to offer Buc-ee's food and merchandise outside of its famous travel centers. This one-of-a-kind partnership offers students, faculty, staff, and visitors a taste of Buc-ee's without ever leaving campus.
Okay, so this doesn't count.
We're not counting this?
This isn't Buc-ee's. This is just.
I do agree
this
that
is a satellite Buc-ee's.
The vastness of the pumps, the parking, all of that is part of it.
Here's the thing. I'm reading from the news story right now. KBTX in College Station. The university said more than 45 Buc-ee's products like beaver nuggets, beef jerky, and other snacks will be available at Aggie Express Commons, Aggie Express Hullabaloo, and Creekside Market starting today. So it's not even a location at all. They're just selling their stuff. This is not true. This is fake news.
Fake news.
You are fake news.
Wow. Yeah. Or did I bring it to embrace debate?
No, this is not a Buc-ee's. Texas A&M does not have a Buc-ee's.
Trev Alberts, this is your fault.
I mean, that's great. Sell the beaver nuggets, whatever. I'm sure they'll sell, but you do not have a Buc-ee's.
You don't have a nice young man.
You couldn't dream of having a Buc-ee's.
Making a hot brisket sandwich for me.
No, you do not have that.
Connor, you love dogs.
I famously do. Thank you for saying that.
You also love people. Famously.
Yes.
America's obesity crisis extends beyond humans. Studies suggest that around 60% of household dogs and cats are overweight. Pharmaceutical companies are sniffing out new territory, tapping the same science behind blockbuster weight loss drugs like Ozempic to develop similar treatments for pets.
I wonder why the dogs are fat.
Fat dog, fat owner?
Well, maybe
it's not a one-to-one.
Maybe the dogs live too good of a life. I wonder why the dogs are unhealthy. Maybe because you're feeding them non-dog food and not, like pampering them all the time.
Oh, but Roscoe loves his popcorn. I gotta give Roscoe popcorn whenever I have popcorn. Roscoe loves Cool Ranch Doritos.
That's what Roscoe's owner would say. It turns out you're killing Roscoe. Congrats, you're murdering your own dog.
Ozempic for dogs is being, I don't know if it's being tested, but
a quick and easy way out.
It's an idea.
A quick and easy way out.
Platcat says, oh no, Connor's now fat shaming dogs.
It's not their fault. It's the humans' fault. They treat them too well.
Yeah, this really isn't on the dog.
That's always been my problem with the dogs. I don't hate the dogs. Don't put it on the internet that I hate the dogs.
I never would.
It's the way that people treat the dogs.
Oh, there is a trial going on as results indicate pets are shedding 5% of their body weight over 112 days on this Ozempic for dogs.
Sure. That'll be good for them.
I don't like this. I don't like Ozempic
Great
for dogs.
take, Josh.
Thank you.
Great take, Josh. How about going a walk, pup? Scout, take a walk.
You need your owner to do that for you.
Yeah, well, he's got to go too. This is the problem with having a dog. It takes effort. People just want to feed it Ozempic. What's next? A lap band surgery?
Also, if you can afford to give your dog Ozempic, why don't you cut me a check for $1,000 a month instead? It'll go to a much better cause.
Thank you, Josh. You're starting to see the light.
That's right.
You understand where I'm coming from.
I do. I get it.
Coming back. Thank you, Josh.
Thank you. Connor.
Noon hour begins with I Have an Opinion. Coming up next on 1620 The Zone.
This is the I Have an Opinion song. Haven't done an intro yet. Need to get on that. Yeah.
All right. It's time for I Have an Opinion, the most famous segment in the history of radio.
That's saying a lot.
People are saying it.
What are the most famous segments in radio?
What are the most famous segments in radio history? It'd have to be like on a net. Colin Cowherd's buy sell. It has to be, right? Jim Rome's smack off.
Yeah, that's a good one, actually.
Anything that Dan Patrick does that's like their famous, like their biggest thing.
Like a segment that you tune in for.
Meat Friday. I always make fun of that it's called Meat Friday. It's like, come up with a better thing, okay? Meat Friday. What do you mean? Yeah, we eat meat. It's Friday.
We eat meat. It's Friday. Yep. That's a bit.
Meat. Just meat. So I don't know. I think it's the most famous segment in radio. Howard Stern bringing on, midgets, things like that. That's a segment.
I'm gonna throw ham at a stripper's ass. Good segment.
That's pretty famous. That's pretty famous stuff. I can think of countless occasions.
They made a movie about it.
It was a recurring segment. They did many, many times. All right, so I have a few emails. I have several texts that I've been saving here. I know we got a couple tweets as well. Where do we start this thing today, Josh?
I'm going to start with Justin in the YouTube chat who says, best part of my week.
Wow. That's an opinion.
Yeah,
you didn't say I have an opinion, but we'll take it as one.
First opinion, formal, comes from the Equitable Bank Zone inbox.
Hello.
This is from Seth. I have an opinion. If you do not turn left after the light turns yellow and opposing traffic has stopped, you are pathetic scum.
You are one pathetic loser.
Yeah, the blinking yellow arrow cannot confuse us anymore. Like you got to get past that.
No, I don't
get
think
to where the hell we're going.
I don't think that's what's happening with these people. I think these people are just afraid to enter the intersection until it is their time to go. And yes, Seth, they are wasting everyone's time.
Mm-hmm.
They are wasting everyone's time.
Be better.
It'll turn yellow, and the rest of the traffic will stop at the red light in front of you, and you do have time before that other cross light turns green to get through that intersection. Don't wait too long. It's got to be
out there a little.
Yeah, it's got to be a quick decision. You got to go. But sorry. Yes, I agree. You're wasting everybody's time.
We have some.
Is that how does that? By the way, how does that work in the letter? By the letter of the law, is that allowed, encouraged? What is the rule on that? Because you're technically running a red.
When?
If you are out in the middle of the intersection,
okay,
and the light both on your side and the one directly in front of you has turned red, but you have to still make it through the intersection to get out of the intersection.
Oh, okay.
Before the other ones in the cross sections turn green.
Sure.
You are technically running a red. But I believe this has been a long accepted traffic maneuver.
Hey,
how does it work by the letter of the law? If you were at a driving school, would they teach you to do that, or would they teach you to sit in the lane until you go?
I imagine that a driving instructor would probably say, sit in the lane until you are clear to go and then fully go. But that's not the way the world works, right?
I don't know. I didn't take driving school. I vibed it out.
Vibed it out.
Yeah, I'm just naturally good at driving.
I actually do believe that about you. A lot of guys say that. I don't believe it.
I just am.
I'll find out and report back to everyone.
I never when I was in, riding the front seat of the car as a kid, I wasn't doing nothing. I wasn't on my Game Boy. I was watching my dad drive. Seriously, I wanted to know how to drive. I always wanted to drive.
Is that why children don't want to drive?
Because they don't know how.
They've never
seen anyone drive.
They're always the time to soak it in.
They're always jacking around in the back seat.
Huh.
That could be it. I wasn't doing anything else except for listening to Tommy James and the Shondells and watching my dad drive.
Oddly specific.
That's what I remember. Going to, Don Carmelo's Pizza. Stuff like that.
R.I.P.
Okay, so a couple correspondences on this. Yes, I believe. There might be one left. If you enter the intersection legally, you can exit it legally.
Oh, okay. So if I get in before that light turns red, and it turns red, and I'm still kind of sticking myself out there for the safety of everyone, I gotta get through.
Correct.
Okay.
Alex Lincoln says if you are in an intersection, you have to get out. So if it's red,
okay,
you got to get out of there. So there you go. John writes in, by the way, midget, enjoy your day off tomorrow, Connor. Dave Aranda said it, so everybody could say it now, right?
I don't think that's the way you want to live your life.
5 times in 10 seconds.
He did.
And
look where he's at.
Here's from the 202.
By 202.
PSA, as an Amazon driver, if we go through a yellow and we get if we go through a yellow, we get in trouble, suspended, or fired.
Wow.
So those Amazon drivers, chances are you're going to be behind one. You're going to be pissed.
Good to know, actually.
You're gonna be mad about
That's
that.
news you can use.
News you can use.
I got a tweet from Mark.
Hello, Mark.
I have an opinion. We live in a society that has far too much dancing. You can't get through a few commercials without your actors breaking out into dance to sell their crappy products. Dancing has even made its way into a very lame but popular form of baseball.
This is an incredible opinion. Where did this opinion come from? This is an email?
This is a tweet from Mark.
Mark, thank you for that tweet. Dancing has...
There's so many commercials where they just dance.
Dancing is too pervasive in society. I mean, I agree with you. I mean, I think people should be allowed to, express themselves. And if you do that through dancing, then great. That's not the way I express my happiness. That's not the way I express the fact that I'm enjoying living life. But it is for some people. Some people just randomly break into dance.
Now, Connor, you
know
won't
some people like
understand
that.
this. I do. Many people in the chat asking if Mark is the preacher from Footloose.
No, I saw Footloose.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. Isaac says Mark has no rhythm or culture.
It's entirely possible.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't bother me when I see other people dance. I'll say that. I'm not gonna dance, but you do you. You know what I mean?
Platcat, way too many MFs jitterbugging around town.
Why is that guy dancing? Can you just stop?
Calm down. What are you dancing about?
I got an Equitable Bank inbox email from Kip.
All right. Hi, Kip.
This came this morning before the show. I have an opinion. Ugly actors are necessary, but it must be awkward to cast them. It would be weird if your career was to always be the ugly or unattractive character.
Yep.
Have you met my friend Steve Buscemi?
Because you can't say we need
Look,
an
you're going to
ugly
play the ugly
person
fat guy in
for
this movie. I'm sorry. Josh Gad, it's you again.
We need a rough, rustic looking person. Like you have to.
But it could be empowering, you know, if the
ugly
ugly fat guy gets like the girl, you know, like
Shallow Hal.
Yes, Shallow Hal. Yeah, kind of Shallow Hal, I guess.
I don't know. I mean,
now that is a movie, Josh.
Jack Black is
that would be on the Connor Happer Classics. It would 100% be.
I think we need to run with this a little bit. We need to pick at this, the Connor Happer Classics.
That movie is so stupid. That movie is incredible. Shallow Hal. I probably watched it like 8 times in my life. A lot, like way too many times. I think I've watched a lot.
I'll
of
bet
Shallow
it's
Hal.
aged.
No, it's so bad. It could not have probably aged worse.
Tweet from El Scorcho.
Hi, El Scorcho.
I have an opinion. Josh saying I'm going to throw ham at a stripper's ass should be a new drop.
Yeah, that's right. I agree with that.
Throw ham at a stripper's ass. That's what
what Howard Stern did.
And now look at
it's a bit.
It's a bit. The bit is I'm a pervert.
As always, a lot of car takes on this segment.
Love car takes.
So here's John.
Hi, John.
I have an opinion. If all you people driving small sedans need to figure out what the right pedal in your car does, it should not take you 3/4 of a mile to get up to the speed limit in a 45-mile-per-hour zone. You are in the way. John, you're right again.
Yes.
Would you like to take a nice stroll down Maple Street?
God,
one of America's worst streets, where the speed limit is 45, and for some godforsaken reason, everyone chooses to go 12. I can't make any sense.
Also, it's a much wider street than the others, yet we go
Yes,
slower.
and it should be a 55 or 60.
It should. Great take by you.
And yet people choose to go 12.
Mm-hmm. Stop doing that,
please.
My wife has a theory that ever since she told me the theory, I can't get it out of my mind. Nobody knows how to properly drive up a hill.
Yeah, you actually have to push the gas pedal harder.
Yeah, they start at the bottom of the hill going 40 and go up the hill with the same amount of pressure on the accelerator, and they end up slowing down.
So you know what the problem inside that problem is? Nobody's paying attention anymore when they're driving.
Yeah.
They don't actually know that they're going up a hill.
Yeah. Oh, how'd I get here?
Yeah, I'm just in the middle of the road. They're texting. They're probably texting our show about how many wins Nebraska's going to have this year.
Hi, I'm driving by the softball fields on 4th Street and going slow up a hill. 8 wins.
Here's Seth.
Hi, Seth.
I have an opinion. Well, he said first, Jesus, I have to send this. I have an opinion. All you have to do is feed your dog less, and it won't be fat anymore. It's a dog. It will eat whatever you do or do not give them. Fat idiot owners.
That's an aggressive opinion, but you are correct.
You know, I got some great advice.
I guess in most cases, the dog isn't going to go get food.
I got some great advice from someone once. You want to be fat? Stop eating. Or you don't want to be fat? Mm-hmm. Stop eating.
I like eating. I'm fat.
I'm willing to live with some things.
It gives me pleasure.
Bernwa.
Hello, Bernwa.
I have an opinion. I think we've addressed this one before, but it's good to bring it up again. Mm-hmm. People who say verse instead of verses when describing two competing teams are either stupid or too lazy to utter one more syllable. I say verse. I usually say against, like when I'm talking on the radio. I usually do say verse in that circumstance. I usually do say verse.
I probably say verse.
I am too stupid and lazy. And I'll take full responsibility for it. All right, let's go back here on the text line.
Get through all those car texts, though.
Here's Justin.
Hi, Justin.
I have an opinion. More conflicts in this world need to be resolved with a power slap match. I just discovered this last week, and it's amazing. The world would be a better place if we could resolve differences by slapping it out. So it's like arm wrestling, but you slap each other. Have you seen those?
I have. It's high stakes, so I don't know that I love it. But
the people who get slapped are like experts at getting slapped, though. It doesn't even seem like it affects them sometimes.
I do feel that more people in society should be struck for their wrongdoings.
When was the last time you got slapped? I don't know that there not probably very many times in my life where I've been slapped.
I'll tell you what happened not 48 hours ago.
You got slapped?
My child
slapped you?
He jumped into a fighting stance and very quickly cocked his fist back and punched me right in the junk.
Dear God.
We were just messing around.
Is that what kids do?
I've been hit in the junk no less than 12 times in the last 6 months.
So he figured it out. He found out that's a special place.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
it's funny to watch Dad be injured.
Yeah, it's funny to have Dad scream out in pain. Yeah.
Yeah. And so what do you? I mean, you're obviously busy, keeled over, but is there any advice afterwards? Hey, can we just knock it off? We'll not do this anymore. A great bit, but it's over.
Yeah. Took it too far.
Okay.
You really got to try not to react because
right. Because you can't let him know it hurt.
Part of it is he's going for the reaction. Like, this is funny to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
We got Jed.
Hi, Jed.
I have an opinion. Summer needs to end quickly. Not for the heat and humidity, but so the bugs all die terrible deaths. I got smoked by a cicada right in the face, and now my head is constantly on a swivel. They just appear places, man. Like, you can't open your door without 4 of them sneaking in, and then it takes 3 days to get the 4 bugs out, and whatever. And it's bad. It's just been so humid around here. The bugs are so back. Do you know, Josh, what our windshields are going to look like in 11 days or 10
Not
days?
Great.
It's going to be awful.
Now, you strike me as a man that likes to work a gas station squeegee.
Josh, you nailed me.
Yeah.
I do. I like to keep that thing clean.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
And
it's one of my things.
You have an irrational confidence about you, but I'm actually going to bet you're really good at the gas station squeegee as well.
I don't know if I'm good. I get it all off. Does that make me good?
I think I'm very mid at the gas station squeegee.
What are you doing? How do you be bad at it?
I'm very jittery and shaky.
You got to really use the elbows.
Like,
dig in.
I don't think I do. My lines are a little cockeyed.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll get you straightened out.
Mm-hmm.
We'll stop. We'll say hi to my favorite squeegee and
video content.
Yeah, there you go. Connor squeegees his own windshield with several dead bugs on it. CJ.
Hi, CJ.
I have an opinion. There should be separate seating sections in public for parents with kids and child-free folks. Kids ruin the ambiance of any setting. Great show, CJ. Yeah, like
I don't necessarily disagree with that.
I got to tell you too. Although my child hasn't been like too much of a public nuisance yet, but I can imagine there will be a time when that's going to happen. The parents don't like it either. The parents don't want to bother the childless people.
Mm-hmm. I know my kid is annoying you.
Yeah, like at least that yeah, exactly. So because I've been there before and I've not had a kid. It's like, this is why I didn't have a kid. This is why I don't have a kid right now. Could you
somebody
imagine?
brought birth control to the stadium today.
Right. Could you imagine? Right. So you don't want to have your time ruined. So the parents, they're not purposely trying to ruin your life. They're just trying to enjoy their lives. And unfortunately, the kid has to come. The kid has to join you at the thing.
It happens.
So I don't know. I don't think there should be sections. I think it's just one of those things you got to live with.
Imagine wanting to segregate the population.
I can't get on board with that. I cannot get on board with that. Mark on the text line.
Hi, Mark.
Hi,
Mark.
I have an opinion. Junk mail is created by the Postal Service to create fake jobs.
Now, Seinfeld tipped me off to this years ago. That the mail is not entirely necessary.
Yeah.
And
almost 100% of my mail goes in the trash can.
It's been 30 years since that episode of Seinfeld aired, and mail is only now more irrelevant than ever.
I would say that I get, on average, 1 to 2 pieces of mail per week that make it through the first stage, like don't go into the trash can immediately upon me taking it out of the mailbox. And you get, and I get on average probably 5 pieces of mail a day.
This is a point of contention in my house.
Oh, you can't keep that, Josh.
Because
you have to throw it away.
My wife, she handles that stuff, and I thank her for handling it.
This is dangerous.
However,
oh God,
all of the mail comes in the house because she's worried about somebody like rifling through our garbage and stealing our identities and having access to our $12.50 that we have. You want my identity? You can have it.
Yeah. I don't
put it in the trash can.
Are people doing that? Or is that just a thing that happened on the news one time and we all got scared?
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, because I've thought about that. It's like, oh,
she goes, oh,
this is pretty sensitive. Like, maybe I should
be shredded.
Maybe I need to shred this.
We don't own a shredder, honey.
And now it's going to sit in the corner until you buy a shredder.
Yeah.
Which will never happen.
It'll never happen.
Interesting. Here's John.
Hi, John.
I have an opinion. If Amazon drivers can be fired for running a yellow light, then they should be fired for parking on the no parking side of the street or facing the wrong way on the street.
I do find it odd that
they do go by their own rules.
Hey, if it's a yellow light, I'm going to get fired, but I can in turn park wherever I want. Middle of the street. Just turn your
It's
flashers
an Amazon
on.
truck. Okay, I can do whatever. I
Oh,
want.
he'll be in and out. It's an Amazon truck.
Here's Pedro.
Hi, Pedro.
I have an opinion. Wishbone wishes have come true more often than blowing out candles on your birthday cake wishes.
Whoa.
We still have world hunger, and there are wars all over the world. I wanted them to stop. Those were my birthday wishes. I got the toys I wanted at Christmas, and my teams won the bowl games and the Super Bowls. Those were my wishbone wishes. Wishbone wishes rule.
Now, I think you're wishing for tangible things on a wishbone.
Yeah, it
versus-
feels like, yeah, maybe you should test that out. Start wishing for world peace on a wishbone.
10 wins on a wishbone and 10 wins on a birthday cake, and see which one comes true.
But no, you need to do different teams. You need to do like 10 Nebraska wins on a wishbone, and then like if you're a Packers fan, like Packers win the Super Bowl on the birthday cake, and just see. And if Nebraska wins 10 games, then it's true. Wishbone wishes are the true wishes. Chris writes in, poll question, is Maple Street the worst street in America? We've done that probably 4 times.
We have.
Yeah.
LLH with a clarification on mail.
Yes.
As a mailman, there's a lot of pointless stuff. Trust me, I don't like having to deliver it either. But for business mail, it's absolutely necessary. Yeah, our office needs.
And it's not the mail guy's
invoices.
fault.
No,
it's not the mail guy's fault.
It's not Giancarlo's fault.
No, it's not.
But
that mail is pointless.
I don't need that ad from Lens Crafters. I don't need the pizza coupons or all those things.
From the 402.
I get my bills online. Hi, 402.
The 5-0 Hawks Maple Street from 192nd to 168th to meet quota before shift ends, and then they return to 156 Maple headquarters. No way that should be 45. That's interesting.
Hello.
That's interesting.
Yes, they can.
On to something.
Think about that. There's a lot of conversation about Amazon drivers on the text line right now.
Everybody uses it,
which I am enjoying. Oh, here's Jesse. This is from earlier. I'm sorry. I have an opinion. Old people will always say we're in a drought, no matter what kind of monsoons happen. So
great.
Thank you for saying this, Jesse, because I caught a clip of the somebody's forecast. I can't remember which weatherman it was yesterday, and they were like, updates on the drought conditions. I'm like, what are you talking about? This has been the wettest summer that I could ever remember. It's my grass would normally look like literal dirt right now, but it's beautiful and lush, and I have to mow 3 times a week. It's actually horrific. We should be in more of a drought because the only thing I care about is my lawn.
A relative of mine works,
but we are apparently in a drought. We're still in a drought.
Works with farmers, and he has said just this past weekend, actually, like, we're good on rain. Like we could be done.
So we caught up.
We could let the crops flourish or whatever.
Yeah. Is there no in between? Are we ever not in a?
Are we ever exactly where we need to be?
Are we never not in either a drought or a flood?
Great question.
I mean, also there could be floods while you're in a drought too. They're not, mutually exclusive.
Drought flood.
Yeah, we could have mid-drought floods. There could be a drought flood. I mean, the rivers were pretty high. The storms ran through a couple weeks ago. We're still in a drought. The drought is like the overall term. Like it just seems like we're never exactly in the right spot in terms of the amount of moisture we get from the old atmosphere there.
A couple of city slickers talking.
Oh, I know weather, Josh.
Talking drought.
I
do know weather.
I know. You sent a lot of compliments to me today, and I appreciate that very much. Mustache Adam writes it.
Hi, Mustache.
Instead of calling the Platte City QT, drive down to warn them, and then Happer could coach Josh on a squeegee technique and video it all. 2 birds, 1 stone. We're not making a separate trip to the Platte City QT for the record.
No.
But we will stop there on the way down. Although the way back is usually the better stop at the Platte City QT. So we'll probably do that too.
Mm.
And we'll probably be getting pictures. Maybe we should bring a professional photographer to take cool pictures of us.
Get that NCAA kid.
Which NCAA kid?
The kid who follows us around at the College World Series and takes pictures.
Oh, our tiny baby boy.
Yes.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, we should get it.
But he has to wear the vest the entire trip.
Yes, he does.
Sam
Any other opinions?
Sam in the YouTube chat, just two drought daddies here talking about droughts.
Drought boys. Happer's Almanac, says RDJ Fed.
Good segment.
Happer's Almanac. So what do we have? Happer's favorites or Happer's specials? What are the movies that we're watching?
Connor Happer Classics.
Happer Classics. Connor Happer Classics. That's good. Here's Bad Takes Doug.
Hi, Bad Takes Doug.
Striped overalls at sporting events look really stupid. Please stop.
I agree with the first part, but not the last. They look stupid, but that's kind of the point, right? You look silly.
Yeah, people.
I don't want it to stop.
So the people who like are in the front row of student sections, those guys are nerds. I'm sorry. Let just let the nerds do whatever they want to do. They can wear their striped overalls. It's cool. But you know it. We all know it.
Only one man had the courage to say it.
The drunk kids who follow in after the nerds come in, those are the real guys.
Yeah, those are probably the cooler people.
All right. That is I Have an Opinion. Thank you for playing, everyone. We remind you to still continue to submit where you are and how many wins Nebraska will have this year. We will not accept your response of how many wins Nebraska is going to have this year unless you tell us where you are. Like in a car, in a house, on a forklift.
Tough but fair.
Things like that. Back after this on 1620 The Zone.
He gives you the latest sports news, interviews, and life-changing commentary with a smile on his face. Because he wears those ticklish underpants.
Let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
Breaking news in beer. That's right.
Breaking news in beer.
Breaking news in beer.
Okay.
Cross Strain and the University of Nebraska have partnered together for the Cornhusker
Careful.
Crusher. The Cornhusker Crusher.
Acceptable.
Not the Cornhusker other thing.
Hey.
The Cornhusker Crusher. That's right. The official craft beer of the Huskers.
Whoa.
They've gone woke. Craft beer is woke, right? It's also delicious.
Big beer is woke too. I'm torn.
Is beer woke?
All of it.
It's beer woke. So our guy Doug, who we love over at Cross Strain, sent us this earlier. So Nebraska just announced it. So here is the description of the Cornhusker Crusher. It looks a great label, by the way. It's got old Herbie on there doing his number one, not his racist thing. He's got a
woke.
Yeah, he's got a corn cob in his pocket. He's looking good. It's a citrus wheat ale. Here's its description. A legendary program deserves a legendary beer, brewed to enjoy while you watch the Huskers crush the competition. This wheat beer with orange is the perfect companion for game day or anytime you're looking for a refreshing brew. Supporting the Huskers has never been so easy. Brewed in collaboration with Nebraska Athletics, purchase of this beer helps support Husker student athletes.
Hello.
5.6% alcohol by volume. And it sounds delicious.
Really
Why does it sound so delicious? Because Cross Strain just can't stop putting out bangers. That's what they do over there.
Banger after banger after banger.
It really, really
When can I get this in my pie hole?
That is a great question. I probably at the Husker games would be my guess.
I want to go to another great sponsor of Husker Athletics.
I'm sure you could
Hy-Vee,
probably
and buy it.
I'm sure you could probably buy it at
Cross Strain
at Cross Strain Brewing. Go to their tap room
to get around Giles, but I'll get there.
Yeah, they have one downtown.
Perfect.
It's easier to go downtown for Josh now. So congratulations to all of our friends at Cross Strain. We love it, and this will be awesome. And everybody already loves Fairy Nectar, so you guys are cooking over there.
Can't imagine all those years ago when they were brewing up beers that they're like, "Hey, someday we're gonna be the official craft beer of Nebraska Athletics."
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's a.
They've done the NIL beer, a variety of different things that they do with that, but this is the official craft beer of Nebraska Athletics. Nebraska, a place where you could buy beer at all, if available, their sporting events, right? I mean, if they have the ability to sell the beer functionally, including Memorial Stadium.
Ah, yes.
So this week, Josh, let me actually get the details right on this.
We strive for accuracy.
So today's the 20th. Yeah. Today, get ready. Some people are about to be triggered about this.
Oh no.
All right. So today they're doing a media event that details concessions.
Oh no.
At
Why?
Nebraska. At Nebraska.
Is it the new concessions or nachos will be $3.50?
I don't know exactly what it's going to look like, but I think there's an opportunity to ask people, I don't know. I don't know who's talking. I don't know who's getting represented. Actually, I do know. Let me just look back further in my email. As college football season kicks off, Aramark brings school pride to life through immersive fan environments, refreshed concession branding, and a dynamic lineup of culinary offerings tailored to universities across the country. Media will have the opportunity to sample a variety of culinary creations, including Black Shirt Barbecue,
Hello,
Tunnel Walk Tacos, Herbie's Burger Co., Chicken Coop, Cornhuskers Crunch Nachos, 1923 cheesesteak, 402 Snacks, and Cobb Co. GBR Classics locations throughout the stadium. It will feature local fan favorites like Runza, Valentino's, Wimmer's Red Hot Dogs, and Bratwurst, along with collectible souvenir cups and buckets.
boy. After years and years and years of the team trying to go, I think Huskers is just good enough now. Boy, in the last 48 hours, everybody's back on Cornhuskers.
Yeah.
Huh.
We are embracing the corn around here.
Okay. I mean, it's about that time of
But
year.
more so, it's a great opportunity for the media to tweet out pictures of food.
Hell yes, that's what we do best.
Which is something that I enjoy greatly. And it's an opportunity for the media to maybe ask the people who are in charge, like the district manager of Aramark, the general manager of Aramark at Nebraska, the chef, and some Nebraska athletic staff members about how did you come to the conclusion of what things costed? Can I take a picture of your concessions menu so it gets retweets?
Some of my followers will give it a click.
Click, 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 click. So that will be happening. Prepare yourselves starting at 2:30 this afternoon.
Oh,
yeah. Get ready.
I'm producing on Sportsmanlike Conduct today. I will ask.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
I will ask John and Josh if they'd like to take that press conference live.
You will have to jump in with some breaking news throughout. I have now seen a
pork
1923 cheesesteak. So get ready for that. I know you don't like to break in with breaking news, but
it's got to be big, but that feels big enough.
It's important. Mm-hmm. It's important. And then Marcus Satterfield and EJ Barthel will talk at 4.
What's the point, man? You got to have the headliner go last. Can't have these football people talking after the concessions.
Oh, you think they'll leave after the concessions people?
Well, if nothing else, they might stay there out of courtesy, but they'll be very logy. They'll just be very sleepy.
Placat writes in, is Mick Concessions going to be at this? So he loves going to press conferences, but it feels like I don't know, he probably is still playing Skyrim and reading college football magazines somehow at the same time.
Well, he just found his keys, so he's just getting home.
He came in like an hour into the show and was like, still looking for keys.
He found them, don't worry.
By the way, on the topic of drought earlier from the 402.
Hi, 402.
Go look at farm ponds or dig a hole. We've had good surface level moisture, but haven't yet made up what we've lost subsurface over the last few years. Josh, just go dig a hole.
Now that's a person that's smarter than me. Okay.
Have you dug a hole recently? Poll question. Have you dug a hole recently?
My child has.
How deep? Did he go to China?
No, I think he was trying.
That's what I always wanted to do.
I think he got about 1.5
feet. Were you able to see the subsoil and see that we are, yes, indeed, still in a drought?
I was not.
Sam writes in on YouTube.
Hi, Sam.
I want Mitch Sherman to make the guy behind the counter making a 1923 cheesesteak cry. Hey, where does this inspiration come from?
Now that 8 hours a day where you're
Because
slaving.
of my mom and Philly.
You're slaving away. Then that's time that you're away from your family, right?
Yes. Damn it.
Hey, this is Indomitian Sue. Just swiveling in my office
I just
chair.
wanted to give a shout out to George who makes the 1923 cheesesteaks. We're with you.
I know
And
what it's
don't
like
worry.
to eat food too.
Yeah. Also, I love Philadelphia. I go there for board meetings sometimes because I'm on the board.
I was on the Eagles once.
All All right, back after this on 1620 The Zone.
Good segment.
I'm a fabulous driver.
The Connor Happer Show
I'm one of the best friends you could ever have in your life.
on 1620 The Zone.
I hate you.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well,
You could be just a couple weeks away from stuffing your face in a giant bag of kettle corn.
Oh, it's the American dream.
What's the best place to do that? Val's Pumpkin Patch. Right around the corner. 1620 The Zone's giving you the opportunity to win a season pass to Nebraska's favorite fall attraction. kettle corn not included. Vala's Pumpkin Patch. You could win 2 2025 season passes to Vala's and enjoy the fall family fun right now on our website, 1620thezone.com. Enter to win. Robin Washut's coming up in 10 minutes. A couple stadium stories here. As you know, Josh, Penn State is in the midst of a bit of a renovation right now. They're doing some things. And they decided that they were going to, instead of making a giant part of their stadium uninhabitable during football season, they were going to put up temporary seats in an area. And so people have been taking pictures of this and have been very worried over the last couple of weeks. Look at this structure. It looks very unsafe. It's very tall. It looks like something bad could happen to it. So it got to the point where Penn State had heard enough noise about it, and their athletic director, Pat Kraft, sat down yesterday and answered questions for many, many minutes about this, about how safe it is at Beaver Stadium coming up this fall. Would you like to hear some quotes?
I would, Connor.
So people were growing concerned that the temporary bleachers that they have put up were, there's, like bleachers at a high school football game where there's that space in between the bench in front of you and then the floor where stuff could fall through there and then fall down and you'll lose it forever, or worse, it might murder somebody because it's falling from several hundred feet into the sky. So people were very concerned about this. What do Penn State fans need to know about what's under the west side bleachers, and could items fall through them? Kraft said this. Tell me if this makes any sense to you. It's hard to explain, but the footprint, it's not like a high school gym. I'm not going to say you're not going to lose your keys or something. What I will tell you is there's no hole in the floor. The floor is a solid frame. I've heard that as well. We literally had a conversation today. What can we do to look at that? But we will have staff there. Keys fall. They're going to be down there underneath it. Now, the thoroughfare that you go down, it is covered. It's hard because you haven't seen it, but when you walk down the backside of the bleachers, that is covered, so it's not like someone's going to get hit.
I'm looking at that right now.
That is protected. That is covered. We will have people there if something were to happen, but there is firm footing. Is he telling the truth, Josh?
He is. I'm watching a video posted by Penn State Athletics yesterday where they've heard your complaints about the temporary seating. They've heard your concerns, and they had the linemen test the stadium seating.
So capacity is still during this time, and according to Pat Kraft yesterday, they're in the second quarter, quote unquote, of this project. But during this entire season, capacity will be 106,000.
Good God.
At Penn State games. So they're going to maintain that. And meanwhile, the stadium is like completely under, it's in disarray. It's a lot of it is temporary seatings. There's more temp seating. Kraft said, quote, "We were able to find other areas to put seating. There are two areas, one in the Marzano club level and the other on the main concourse level. We'll have, in essence, a drink rail and seating there. We were able to find extra seating there because of the size and the magnitude of the footprint. So those are sold out. They're already sold out for the season. But when you go get the temp seating after those other areas that we found opportunities, north and southeast corners, we'll have temp seating that went through the same structural process, the amenities, everything now. It will be temp. The Marzano Club in particular will offer food and beverage opportunities and portable restrooms. We will have all of that ready to go. So it's going to be great. Everything will go awesome.
It's lineman approved.
From the text line, Jeff writes in.
Hi, Jeff.
Hopefully no one Happy Gilmore's that thing. I would get worried about a structure that high up in the sky that is, once again, temporary. Mm-hmm. It would concern me.
Not fixed.
It would concern me a little bit. And then elsewhere in stadium news,
okay,
the media in Kansas has begun to, maybe they got a tour inside brand new David Booth Memorial Stadium. It looks fantastic, by the way. Nice job by Kansas. They've been putting out nonstop hype videos for this stadium over the last several months now, and it's finally just about to make its debut. I saw this picture yesterday tweeted out by Trevor Butler, who is a student at Kansas and is the sports editor for the Daily Kansan on campus. And it is a picture of a nondescript regular escalator.
You've seen a million of them in your time.
There is an escalator inside Kansas's new structure of their football stadium. But he adds along a fact, and I don't know this to be true, but other people seem to confirm it in the comments. This is the first escalator and only escalator in the entire city of Lawrence, Kansas. Lawrence, Kansas, in the year of our Lord 2025, just got its first escalator.
Escalator.
An escalator, which is an outdated form of transportation of people.
Lawrence is a city of 97,000 people. It's not a podunk town. Like it's
a college town.
Yeah.
It's a college town. It's like maybe mildly larger than a college town.
Sure.
It revolves around the college, but not like completely around the college. But this is the first ever escalator that they've ever had in Lawrence.
I did the same thing. It sounds like you did. I saw the tweet and I said, what a funny piece of commentary.
Yeah.
Good joke. And then I scrolled through the comments and no, it appears to not be a joke. Because there are people in the chat, in the comments debating.
They're like, yeah, I think that's right.
Well, wait, isn't there an escalator in this place? And they're like, well, no, actually there isn't. And so it seems like this is the city of Lawrence, Kansas's first escalator.
Congratulations to our friends down the road in
That's
Lawrence.
huge.
Well done by them. They just got an escalator.
I think.
What's next?
Internet?
Cars? Electricity? So congratulations to them. It does bring up old memories of the Big 12, though, and all those little podunk stadiums. Nebraska was once one of those podunk stadiums.
Yeah.
I mean, not that it was small, but it was, old. Nebraska's stadium now is, since they've left for the Big Ten, has gone through quite a few updates and looks quite a bit more modern than some of the stadiums in the Big 12 conference. Think about all those stadiums. It's just a field and a bowl. That's basically it.
That's all you needed.
With the exception of like Baylor, who built a new stadium, a handful of years ago.
Smaller.
It's all old and crappy. I kind of miss it. I wonder how many escalators there are in the Big 12 in football stadiums. There probably can't be that many.
Hello.
Probably not that many would be my guess. All right, coming up next, Robin Washut from HuskerOnline.com joins the show. We'll talk some football. By the way, Jed texts in.
Hi, Jed.
To be fair to Lawrence, they resisted ditching the peach basket for a real hoop. That is true.
Yeah, good line.
Robin Washut joins the show next on 1620 The Zone.
the biggest basketball coaching convention of.
Gonna work on your stroke while you listen.
What?
You don't want them there. Yeah, I'm talking.
What is going on? Robin, are you okay?
Robin Washut.
Are your kids near you, or what just happened?
Husker Online.
I took a lot of preparation to make this thing a flawless interview, and clearly I still can't avoid it.
Robin Washut, Husker Online.
Maybe it was aliens. Maybe it was a phenomenon that we can't explain.
The Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
Robin Washut from Husker Online joins us now via the Prairie Flower Casino Zone hotline. Robin, good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon. I'm well.
The chat's over, so you're not double chatting.
Yeah, we chatted yesterday. We have to rearrange our schedule now that fall camp is officially in the football media availability schedule has shifted a few days. So chats are now Tuesdays, and the Husker Online show taping is now Wednesdays.
So what time do you tape the Husker Online show?
Well, it's funny you ask, because tonight we are doing a live Husker Online show at the Fallbrook Zipline location, our preseason show where Sean, Sip, and Abby will be out there and get to talk to some Huskers. There'll be some food specials, beer specials, prizes, and all sorts of fun stuff. So you got some time, 6 o'clock at the Fallbrook Zipline location for any Lincoln listeners or anyone outside of Lincoln in Omaha that want to come down. All are welcome.
Excellent. That sounds great. Then, so during the season, will you tape the show, like when it's not live, will you tape the show at like 1 or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll go back to our regularly scheduled appointment next week. That's basically what I'm angling for here.
Yes. I will no longer inconvenience your show with my silly schedule.
Yeah, good. Because I feel very inconvenienced. Very, very inconvenienced right now.
The last thing I want.
So I guess this might be a better topic for next week when we're one day away from the game. I don't even know where you might be when we do this interview next week, but you guys, I'm certain, have a whole plan for what's going to happen in the 48 hours or more in Kansas City next week.
Yeah, so it's interesting because Sean's going down with his family and some other people, and they're making like a whole weekend out of it. So Sip and I and Abby are going to ride down together with the B team squad, and we're leaving Thursday morning, and then probably just come back Friday. Like, we had the opportunity to go to the Husker Nights of K, but like, here's my situation, and this is really important. So I'm gone for the game, and then that Sunday is my annual fantasy dynasty draft.
Yes, that is a big deal.
Commitment. Yeah. And so like, in order to like keep my wife from like just downright like 100% hating me before like we're even like getting the season underway, I had to sacrifice a trip to the Royals game for Husker night. Though it was kind of a tough call to make, but you know what, happy wife, happy life.
I think that's sort of where we're thinking as well. Like we could stay on Friday, do the show from there on Friday, and then like go to the game that night or whatever. But I just want to get back. So we're gonna rough it and drive back early on Friday morning, do the show from our studio on Friday, and then go home and probably sleep for the remainder of Friday. Can't wait.
Yeah. So the good news is we don't have to be in a rush on the way back. So we'll take our time. Sip is very inexperienced when it comes to Kansas City barbecue. So we've got Q39 lined up on the book. We're 100% hitting that. And I'm going to change his life with some real Kansas City barbecue.
Yep, that's a good start. He'll say, "Whoa, Rob, this is real."
Whoa,
whoa, hang on. So yeah, we look forward. Do more simple impressions. Yeah, we got to be careful. We got to be careful.
Just let the grunt.
All right, so I have we've begun to now ask our regular guests of. We don't have to nail down a win total yet, but you got to be close at this point. Maybe you're not ready to submit that final answer, but how close are you to locking whatever your win total is in for Nebraska football this year? A prediction?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident going 8-4, and anything beyond that, I will gladly eat whatever crow I need to. But
I know people are kind of getting ahead of their skis a little bit, talking about college football playoff, all these things, and like, sure, that's a potential, scenario if Nebraska gets out to a hot start and beats Cincinnati, beats Michigan, and takes care of business, and in the non-con, then they're off and running. And yeah, I'd say that type of season would then very much be on the table. But like, I'm still in one game at a time mode. Like, let's see what they do down in Kansas City, and then we'll like change the narrative as needed based on what we see on the 28th. Until then, I just have been burned too many times, trying to, gather optimism and predict like this is going to be the breakout year for Nebraska. So like, I'm kind of in the boat where I need to see it before you believe it. But that being said, I see every opportunity for this to be another step forward for the program, and 8 wins would be a step forward. It might not be as big of a step as some people would like, but it would be progress. And that's, for me, that's kind of the bottom line. Like, every year needs to be incrementally better than the next. And if they want to skip some steps and, suddenly get hot and everything clicks and they win 9-10 games, then great. But like, until that happens, I think, you just got to kind of move the bar up one notch every year and, hope that, you're getting that sustained progress that is kind of critical with the long-term build that Matt Rhule took on.
Yeah, the thing that I keep, because I agree with you, and I think I'm gonna, I'm pretty much on 8 as well, and I feel like that would be good. I don't know how like exciting it would be, given kind of what their schedule looked like, but you take it obviously as a step forward. Do they need, and I might have asked you this question like several months ago, we were talking about the idea that it could like pop this year. Does it need to be a big jump in order for it to feel like, they really took a big step forward and this is going to really take off? Or is it or does it just have to be, a win better than last year?
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's people are going to have varying opinions on that. Like, 8-4, like, yeah, I'm kind of with you. Like, it's progress, but it would leave a lot to be desired just because of what this season potentially could be. And then if it is 8-4, then, they miss some opportunities and there's going to be some disappointment that comes with that. But I think like beyond the record, you want to see just what the aesthetics of it is. Like, is the offense functioning at a high level every week? Like, are they scoring points? Are they winning the turnover battle? Like, are we seeing some of the same blunders that have turned wins into victories so many times over the years? Are those continuing to happen? Or are they playing competitive games and just, coming up a play or two short? Like, I think there's varying degrees of what an 8-4 or 9-3 type season can look like. And I think if the product on the field looks good and you can see that, there's development happening, players are getting better, guys that you hope are going to be good are good, and, that things are functioning at a high level from an operational standpoint, like, that also can be considered progress. So like, I think you can look at it. Yes, there's a X amount of wins that they need to get for me to consider this a successful season. But I think beyond that, if you want to look, more in the macro sense, like there's other ways to gauge progress beyond just what the final record is. Because sometimes, the ball's not going to bounce your way, and that can change what your season record is. But I think if you take the totality of it and the product of Nebraska football is better than it was last year and certainly than what it's been in recent years, then that too can be considered tangible progress and steps in the right direction.
8 days, Nebraska will play a football game, as we've mentioned, in Kansas City. Who will be their starting left tackle?
I'm sticking with Pritchett for now. There's been a lot of talk about that whole situation with him and Gunnar Katula. Like,
it's tough to read. I think it's really hard to read. I don't know if they know more than they're leading on, but it has sounded like, a good battle between those two.
Yeah, so I mean, either one is not going to surprise me. So if I just had to guess at this point, I'll say Pritchett, just because of the commitment Nebraska made to get him here. A lot of times if it's apples to apples, you go with the guy that's more expensive. So, maybe that's the X factor there, but who knows? I mean, Gunnar Katula had a really good camp, and he played well last year, being thrust into the fire a little bit. So like he's earned the right to be in that conversation. And if he ends up winning the job, then it shouldn't be a surprise to anyone, because he's a good player who is continuing to develop. So that, again, it's kind of an unknown coin flip at this point, but just a guess. I'm going with Elijah Pritchett.
Who on the roster? It's a wide open question. Who on the roster has seen their quote unquote stock rise the most in the last month?
Stock rise the most. Okay. There's like Mekhi Nelson.
That would be the first. That'd be the first name in my head too.
Like he was kind of and also ran in that running back conversation, about even behind Quentin Ives. And with Ives being out, Nelson took full advantage of that opportunity. Mosey's certainly in that conversation as well. On the offensive line, Teddy Prohaska, this was a critical camp for him, and now he's seemingly in line to be the starting right tackle. So, hopefully he can stay healthy and live up to or play up to his potential that we've all known that he's had for years. But so far, he's really made the absolute most of a critical opportunity for him to get back into that fold. So his stock has certainly, gotten back to where it was before his last injury. On the defensive side, Jalen George, Jameer Khan, those guys, they were two guys that missed the spring with injuries. Coaches are raving about them, not just for their play on the field, but you want to define what a culture guy is. Like those two embody everything they want this program to be about. So they are very much in the fold in a variety of ways, especially Khan, in the secondary and then on special teams. Those two guys kind of didn't get talked about much at all going into fall camp, and now coming out of it, they are very much in the discussion to see ample playing time this season.
All right, Robin. Well, you got a week to really do nothing. That's the boring part of this week. Nothing really happens until the game, and now we have to just recycle the same offseason topics for the next week. So enjoy that.
Well, we can lock in on Cincinnati. We can officially turn the page to Cincinnati.
Oh, do we need to start
week
scouting? What do we?
Yeah,
Cincinnati history
we're doing
lesson
matchups right now. It's game week.
Okay,
tomorrow was game week.
Have you studied it all, or are you just starting that right now?
A little bit. So back in the spring, I wrote the opponent spring review for Cincinnati that we did, and I talked to Scott Springer from the Cincinnati Enquirer, and he gave me a pretty good rundown. They've got some dudes. Now they're the depth isn't nearly what I believe Nebraska's is, but as far as their frontline guys are concerned, they've got some players that Nebraska's going to have to account for on both sides of the ball. So this week is all about learning about the Bearcats and what Nebraska needs to do to combat those strengths and exploit those weaknesses.
Excellent. We will spend one entire week doing that.
Yes.
Robin,
Bearcats.
We will see. Well, we'll talk to you next Wednesday, but we'll see you in Kansas City.
Sounds good, man. Talk to you next week.
Robin Washut from HuskerOnline.com. Before this stray thought floats out of my brain, he talked about a couple of guys in the defensive line that have seen their stock rise. How about, and we'll see what this actually looks like and what the rotation is for Nebraska on the defensive line. Give me Cade Petchak. Cade Petchak is a true freshman.
Okay, you can have him.
Defensive lineman. This is like a deep cut draft guy, but stock was previously at 0 because he's a true freshman, and especially on the defensive line. What's going to happen here? Making some waves here in fall camp. Cade Petchak looks like Peter Zach.
All right, I'm going to write this down.
No, you're not.
No,
You're not going to write this down.
No.
We got another tweet from as far as the win total and where you are. That standpoint. Declan.
Hi, Declan.
7-5 for the Huskers from the dark room.
Whoa.
And then there's a picture of I don't know what he does or what he's currently doing, but there's a
developing some film.
There's like a bunch of racks in there.
Yeah.
Is that really what's going on?
I don't know.
It could be. Boy,
That's
that
what
is-
people do in a dark room with a red light like that.
Yeah, I guess so.
Also, I looked up the opponent. I went to Winsipedia.
Oh, history lesson time?
Nebraska, Cincinnati. Nebraska 1-0 all time against Cincinnati.
It was in the 60s?
1906.
Oh, 6?
Cincinnati has never scored a point against Nebraska.
What Nebraska win, like 12-0?
41-0, which in 1906 was probably a lot like 70.
Wow, this is the basis for our history lesson. Let me see if I could do it real quick. 1906, Nebraska.
I mean, careful.
I know. I don't
we
want
got shows next week too.
We won't go too far. We won't go too far. Don't worry. 1906. This has got to be a Husker Max joint, right? Because they have all the games.
All the games.
All the games. Only on Huskers.com, it just says the game took place on Thursday, November 29th, 1906. It was at 6 o'clock p.m.
A Thursday?
Well, that seems like Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Unless Thanksgiving was a week before that. Nebraska in 1906 went 6-4. They were coached by Amos Foster. It was his first year.
I'm going to send this.
They beat Creighton that year.
Whoa.
17-0. Honk, honk.
I am going to send you a link for next week. Don't
click it?
Well, no, you can click it now, but I mean, we don't need to read this
Don't read
today.
it. Don't talk about it. Okay. Let's take a break. It's Cincinnati week. Robin just declared it.
Boom.
Back after this on 1620 The Zone. A text from the 402.
Hi, 402.
Oh my goodness! By the way, I haven't reminded you guys of enough things today.
Oh, more reminders? We got a lot going on.
Nebraska, Cincinnati, Arrowhead Stadium next Thursday. Would you like to party with us?
I want to party with
I
you.
want to party with you, Neil. Neil. Just imagine if we did that. If we big timed you, we won't at the Blur tailgate. But
Never.
like if you had a band, a cover band for 1620 The Zone, like a cover radio show.
Hello.
You just acted like us all day long. That'd be like what Diamonds in the Rough were for Neil Diamond on Saving Silverman. But we do want to party with you. Enter to win 2 Blur tickets to the tailgate at the K next Thursday, 1620thezone.com.
That's right, next door.
.com. Next door, right across the parking lot. Josh, I heard there's a secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel?
Don't think we could use it, though. Unless, I don't know, unless the Royals hook us up.
Was it the tunnel that
maybe,
Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce were walking in
should
the
we
Kingdom?
Should we get young Jake to come out and do predictions or something like that? I mean,
he'll be there.
No, he won't.
Young Jake will.
Young Jake will be there?
Oh, Jake Eisenberg of the Kansas City Royals.
Yes, what other young Jake?
The Jake who works here and is young and does production work.
He's coming with us?
He'll be there. He's not coming with us.
Oh, okay. All right. No. Young Jake Eisenberg.
Yes, he'll be busy.
Young Jake Eisenberg.
Also, at Go Creighton on Twitter, they have released the footage from Family Feud Creighton edition last night.
This cannot be good.
There's some real production involved with this. This is nice.
Yeah, they do a great job.
Like the video board, like you didn't need the video board to just play a game with your friends, but this is good.
You have it at your that's the beauty of working in college athletics. If you do, you have all this stuff at your fingertips and you could just use it.
There's boards just lying around.
All right. So was there any mention of me?
I don't have the audio. Everybody looks very happy, so I don't think they addressed the elephant in the room.
Okay, as long as everybody was happy, and that's literally all I care about. Literally all I care about. Everybody was happy. Great. Everybody got what they wanted out of the thing. It was a little long.
It was a little long.
It was a little long.
Oh,
I was. I didn't look at my watch until the end, but it was like, whoa, it's 7:50.
Whoa.
It started at 6. That's a long time to keep college kids entertained. So I'm happy we're able to at least mildly do that.
Real quick, I have an email from Steve.
Steve who?
Listener Steve.
Listener Steve, okay, because we have boss Steve.
We do. This is listener Steve.
All right.
I will read the entire email as it is written.
Is it about young Jake?
No.
Okay.
10-2, Oklahoma.
10-2 Oklahoma.
Well, it says 10-2, period, Oklahoma.
What do we think that means?
Is he saying Oklahoma will go 10-2? That's the most obvious thing he's trying to say here. Yes.
So we're going to play Oklahoma in the college football playoff?
Oh. That'd be fun.
Could be.
Also, good year for Oklahoma.
Yeah, I don't know what the vibe doesn't seem to be great on them this year.
Seems like a win now year for
with
Brent
their
Venables.
Venmo gambling quarterback.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Anyway, a text that I was going to read several minutes ago from the 402.
Hi, 402.
What is Nebraska's all-time football record against Creighton? I'm glad you asked. 3-0. Never lost.
Never lost. Wow.
But Creighton, as we discussed yesterday, because Auburn it gets more absurd by the second. Every time I think about it, it gets more stupid. That Auburn claimed national championships yesterday from the 1900s.
Just snatching them up.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's one of the stupidest things that I could think of. But
putting them on the wall.
I mean, Creighton had multiple undefeated seasons in their football playing history before the program was discontinued. So they would be in your bracket if you recreated the 1940. I think it was the 1940 or the 1941 bracket or something like that. They went 3-0-2, something like that. I mean, I'd put my boys up against anybody and find a way to get it done. So Creighton never did beat Nebraska in football, but just wait till Creighton football comes back.
That's definitely happening.
It's happening very, very soon. Especially now, it doesn't take much money to start a college football program and be successful at it. So I think right now is the right time.
Definitely the right time to start.
Yep. Report from yesterday. What's going to happen with MLB's package?
Whoa, careful.
What's going to happen with MLB's package? They got a package.
I hear Rob Manfred is hamstering.
No, he's not doing that.
Don't look that up.
They are Yahoo Sports' Kendall Baker did some reporting on this yesterday.
Thank you, Kendall.
Thank you, Kendall. I appreciate that. There was another Kendall who was reporting on some baseball things from the other day that we didn't talk about with Kendall Rogers.
Rogers, yeah.
And the 1 to 32 thing in college baseball. We'll get to that in May.
Yeah, we'll remember.
MLB is reportedly closing in on a new look media rights deal resulting from ESPN's decision to exit its current contract. So the ESPN slice of the pie up for grabs, and apparently multiple different networks or apps, companies, whatever, are eating up these slices of pineapple pizza. So according to Kendall yesterday, Apple has been fully kicked out of they kicked themselves out. So Friday Night Baseball is dead on Apple TV.
You will not be missed.
Really, I was fine with it. I really didn't care. It didn't bother me one way or the other.
I didn't have it, so
it did not bother me one way or the other. For the record, Apple TV might be like the second best direct-to-consumer streaming platform that we have. Like HBO Max is really good.
Mm-hmm.
I like Netflix. It's fine. There's a bunch of garbage on there.
So much garbage.
But like Apple TV's got a bunch of stuff that I like watching.
It's got bangers.
It's got good TV shows, and it has some pretty solid live sports too. So
they did a good job with their baseball broadcasts. I didn't.
And they looked good. So like I got no Apple TV hate in my heart, Josh. But they're dead. They're gone out of baseball. So who's in? NBC/Peacock for Friday and Sunday exclusives.
Whoa.
And wild card. So they're basically eating the old Apple Friday night deal and the old Sunday Roku, whatever the hell that was, deal. I don't know. They can put it on whatever time they want, but I assume these will both be Peacock games.
I would think so.
For Major League Baseball games on a Friday night. Not that these are like appointment watching. It's really tough for these networks because like only get to pick so many games, and no baseball game has ever been appointment watching.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's right.
It's just hard.
Yeah.
It is really hard to zone in on one thing. Also, here's the big part of it for me. MLB TV. MLB TV is great.
It is.
Unless you are in market.
Well, yeah.
Unless you want to watch the team that is closest to you.
Or you live in the state of Iowa.
And then it doesn't work at all. Or if you live in the state of Iowa. But generally, it's a good app. Let's say you're a Giants fan and you live here in Omaha. You love MLB.TV. I watch West Coast baseball games like every night.
Mm-hmm.
Teams that are out of market. They are selling that whole thing to the brand new quote unquote ESPN.
The new ESPN?
Yes, not ESPN on television, ESPN on the internet. ESPN. So they're basically taking the already existing really good streaming platform and taking it as an incentive to get people to sign up for their dumb money suck of an app.
Which starts tomorrow, by the way.
And people will do this.
They need as many hooks as possible, and it's a hook.
Honestly, frankly, like I like having MLB TV.
Mm-hmm.
I really like having MLB TV.
What does this mean for T-Mobile Tuesdays?
I might have to buy ESPN, the app now, which is called ESPN.
$30 a month.
Apparently. MLB TV is that much too, for the record, like during baseball season.
Not if you're a T-Mobile Tuesday fan.
What is that? Why do people keep saying that?
They give it away for free every year, the Tuesday before the season starts.
The entire year
is
free?
Yeah.
If you just go to T-Mobile?
If you are a T-Mobile customer, you get MLB TV every year for free.
I didn't know it was that good.
But you have to like sign up for it the Tuesday before the season.
Okay, that's
and
cool.
have T-Mobile.
Or
have a brother who has T-Mobile and says, here you go.
And well, in my case, I have a dad who's a Yankees fan, so I just take his. Netflix will apparently be getting the home run derby.
This is the weird piece of the puzzle for me.
So I might stop watching the home run derby. There's just something about Netflix that feels wrong to me. I don't want to watch live sports on Netflix.
I don't.
I watched the Chiefs game on Christmas that one year. But these, like, their lane has been so odd. The sports events that they have chosen, aside from the NFL games that they've done, which is what, 1 or 2 now. They're going to do another one this year on Christmas. The events that they have picked off have all been like weird halfway sporting events that people who clearly don't like sports enjoy.
Yes.
Like, they're going to be the future home of the Savannah Bananas. And they're the current home of many dumbass celebrity boxing matches.
Yes.
And now apparently the home run derby.
WWE. Like, if we're Netflix, we're huge, we have all the money in the world, we want the NFL. Like an actual NFL package. That would make sense, right? But instead they're like,
we'll take a game.
Yeah, well, sure. What do you got? Well, I mean, we'll take something. We don't want to pay a lot, but like, your Netflix, you can run the world if you wanted to, like that type of thing, right? They could have everything.
Like, one thing that I've kind of enjoyed about these streaming services, like, they each have their own kind of personality. Like you can almost predict this could be a fun game, like a match game. Take a random event and match it with a streaming platform. There's this kind of sharp regalness of on NBC and Peacock.
Yes.
Right.
They love being the Sunday night NFL. They love being the Olympics. They love being.
Yes, it's very professional. It's very suit and tie, but new and sharp. Right. I think that's their personality. Netflix is like your whack job cousin who, what Netflix is like Uncle Eddie.
Hey, you got some sports? Yeah, I think we got something in the back. I don't know, man. Go look. Just go rummage around in there.
It only cost you $12.
It's in there.
I got it at the fireworks stand from Johnny. That's Netflix.
I mean, there might be reruns of Gilmore Girls on top of it, but like whatever. You don't care.
He's got a bug eye. Netflix. That is Netflix's personality. Sorry. That's just what it is. It's their fault. They keep taking dumb Jake Paul fights. Do something cool.
I'm sure
Apple
in 3
TV
weeks
has
they'll
this
do a great job with the Bud Crawford fight.
That's true. Apple TV has this kind of sharpness to it, and same type of lane, same type of avenue as NBC. And then can't wait to see what ESPN becomes. ESPN's personality right now, the new ESPN quote unquote app, has been to take all of everyone else's already existing streaming platforms and just buy it and put it on there.
Have you seen what that they rolled out a few more details this morning? Have you seen?
No, I haven't.
They will have and stop me if you've heard this before, a vertical based video.
Oh Christ. It's TikTok.
Yes, they will have sports TikTok on your phone.
Oh, is that where the ESPN TikTok girl is going to work?
So the way they described it is not ESPN's content. Like it is literally just the sports section of TikTok. It could very well turn into, hey, that TikTok girl we hired, this is where she lives. But the way I read it, which I could misinterpret it, was, yeah, we're just gonna have the sports section of TikTok.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know what they're cooking over there, but
It sounds like they're trying to be all things to all people right out of the gate. And
their current plan is grabbing pieces of every sport and putting it on that app.
And
it's a little concerning.
I don't know if you've noticed the PR people for ESPN have been out this week saying
it's great.
It's not gonna be perfect on day one.
No, that's not.
I'm like,
come on, okay. Set the bar a little bit higher. We already have pretty low expectations.
They are very clearly like, hey, it's gonna be a train wreck tomorrow.
Woof. So this rolls out tomorrow?
Yes.
And what will be on there? You don't have MLB yet. You don't. I mean, you just have. It's just ESPN Plus tomorrow.
Do they have a preseason game tomorrow?
I don't know. Yeah, the whole thing is still confusing. Somebody else should buy it and tell me what's on there, and we'll figure it out from there.
Tell me what it is.
All right, we'll take a break. We have the polls, and we'll tell you what to watch coming up on 1620 The Zone. By the way, Zone Deal this week is 2 cops. More than just bomb pizza. Steak, seafood, pasta, fresh salads, tasty charred wings with 3 locations in Omaha. The Zone Deal this week is, as always, $50 worth of vouchers for half off, $25 on sale Friday at 9, 1620thezone.com. Or you can listen to us this week, and we have opportunities for you, like if you shared an opinion with us on I Have an Opinion.
A lot of opinions were shared. We'll get the right people, the right things.
There we go. Thank you, Josh. That's all I needed to hear. To the polls at Happer Show on the J-Tech Construction Zone Twitter feed. From the crossover yesterday, Does Matt McMaster have a fold-up chair as a primary chair in his living room?
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
90% say yes. A very high number. More McMaster-inspired polls. Do you get Rob Lowe and Ray Liotta confused?
Never. Not a single time.
Never in my life. And I know nothing about film, as documented on this show.
There are Connor Happer classics.
89% say no. And Rob Lowe has acted in a Connor Happer classic.
Tommy Boy.
Is Phineas the real star of the show? I don't even know what that is.
Phineas, Billie Eilish's brother.
No. Billie Eilish is the star of the show.
I would think so.
56% say no. Is Tate McRae, is the Tate McRae show a good place to pick up women? I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't think so.
57% say no. Are you in the car and think Nebraska will win 9 games this year? You have to be both of these things to vote yes.
Most voted on poll question of the day.
68% say no.
Almost nice.
68% say no. Is dancing too pervasive in society?
I think that was a great take.
Yeah, I just like to, I like that was out of nowhere. I don't agree. I don't think.
Okay.
But like, people should dance. You can dance if you want. You can leave your friends.
You can dance.
63% say yes. Have you dug a hole recently? Is our last poll question of the day, which I really like. Okay. No, I haven't. 61% say yes. I have dug a hole recently.
Those are shocking results, if you ask me.
Those are the polls, Josh. What are we watching tonight?
We are watching baseball, Astros and Tigers right now on MLB Network. Reds and Angels, 8:30 tonight, your MLB TV free game of the day.
What a game.
Giants Padres, 8:30 tonight on MLB Network. Winners bracket game in Williamsport right now, Little League World Series, Chinese Taipei, all over Venezuela right now, 3-0, bases loaded, top of the 4th. But again, it's a winners bracket game. That followed by Nevada, Connecticut, also a winners bracket game. And then we flip the script to elimination games, 4:00 on ESPN, Japan versus Aruba.
Yes.
And then South Dakota versus South Carolina at 6:00. 8:00 tonight on ESPN, the 2 final episodes of The Kingdom. Episode 5, The Heartland, and episode 6, The Pursuit. Wonder how it ends.
This is okay.
Hulu has the women in your life will be very excited about the twisted tale of Amanda Knox. It is a limited series premiere where someone named Grace Van Patten plays Amanda Knox, who was wrongfully convicted for the tragic murder of her roommate, Meredith Kircher. It's a true crime thing. The women like true crime. That's the joke.
I got you. I've heard of that before.
And then finally tonight, 9:00 on FXX, the season 17 finale of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Sports Connection host Jesse Palmer walks the audience through Frank's journey up until his final rose ceremony in the Golden Bachelor finale.
Awesome. Good luck to Jesse Palmer. Big moment for him tonight.
No pressure.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you, Connor.
That is what we're watching, and that is the show. If you missed anything, 1620thezone.com is where you can find it. The crossover with a special guest is coming up next.